Hello everyone and welcome back. This is Core Values 2026 and we're starting off Street Fighter 6 with one of the biggest, and I mean biggest, attendees list for Street Fighter for, I believe, Oregon history, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what I heard. And right now, you know, I was looking over at the setups. Every setup, I think for casuals, completely full. It was kind of actually hard to, you know, get in a few casual sets. So I'm very interested to see like who is coming to the plate today, because I would say in like previous Core Values, we are now an annual event. We used to have it kind of like to a monthly to bi-monthly basis, but since then we're going for quality over quantity. And right now, we're having some of our first games on here, and it looks like we're hovering Guile and Sagat, which, funny enough, I would say Oregon pretty well known for having a lot of Guile players. And you know, last time we had a Core Values, it was upon Sagat's release, where Sagat was very prominent. I'm a strong believer in this character, and we're starting off with OmarZu and FourBeanSalad from Eugene. Okay. I would say a relatively tame start here for both players, but getting the jump in, little good bread and butter, trying to make up that difference, trying to mix up a little bit. We got the overhead here from FourBean, mix up into the grab. All right, we're over here in the corner. What's your option? Okay, trying to bait there with a medium punch, and then we're seeing OmarZu, good old special Guile stuff right there. Mixing in the overhead. The amount of times I've seen that overhead for Street Fighter 6, specifically in Oregon, too many times. I've seen it used 3 times in a row. Like, if you were there and you remember that, it was crazy time. The mirror matchup between Guile and Guile. But oh my goodness, just solid damage, kind of like good setup here. I feel like OmarZu is really controlling the pace here now, and we're seeing it right now. FourBean struggling to get in, trying to find that opening, but we're seeing this kind of mix up here with the Sonic Blade. Okay, able to catch there with the standing light kick, trying to get OmarZu here in the corner. You know, in previous titles, Sagat, you know, kind of was a zoner archetype to some extent. In this game, you know, still has some of those tools, but is definitely not the same. All right, level 1 with the scaling, not going to kill just yet, but jumping there, really risky. Sliver of health here for FourBean, able to avoid the drive impact for the second time around. OmarZu taking round 1 here. It is just first to 2. They're getting right back into it. OmarZu trying to make this quick, being the aggressor here as Guile. We gotta jump it. You can't be jumping in against Guile. Stuck in the corner here, you know, doing what Sagat does best, you know, really get that blood pressure going. You can then start mixing up there, you know, standing light kick. You know, it's the posture of the character going in that really mixes you up. And OmarZu, little dash in here, little mix up there. Oh my goodness, this is a setup here into level 1. Will barely not kill? No, it will take the round here. Okay. This could be it here for winner side. Off the bat for FourBean. Ends up parrying the Sonic Blade. Oh my goodness. Buffs in effect here recently with Guile. If you end up getting a punish counter with the overhead, if I'm not mistaken, you get a ground bounce and you're able to convert it into a flash kick, if I'm not mistaken. Great utilization of that overhead from FourBean. You know, really trying to abuse the limbs of Sagat here, but it looks like OmarZu is going to close this out. No, just barely. FourBeanSalad still in this, able to get the knee to close the distance, putting yourself in burnout. Doesn't matter. No. A round has been taken. Blood has been shed. There is a chance for FourBean here to possibly bring this to game 3, although being down here with a bit of meter, but immediately with the call out and the grab here. Just getting full value here, able to avoid the grab. The mix-ups here are amazing. Yeah, just keep that normal pressure. Yeah, you know, I'd fall for it every time too. This character is a menace. Luckily, OmarZu able to get out of it here. Is OmarZu going to be able to maintain the space? Oh, not quite. Will we see a conversion level 1? Yes, no! It ended up dropping, giving OmarZu a second lease on life. Able to force the burnout. Should be able to here on Get Up. Oh, no, wait a minute. Okay. FourBeanSalad bringing this to game 3. Pretty polarizing round for the first one. We're seeing the adaptation from FourBean. Now it's all coming down to this. No one wants to lose the round 1. Good call there, you know, in terms of the meter, you know, was relatively even. Great DP there from FourBean. Try to drive rush mix up there with the standing, okay. All right. Ooh, going into burnout for this, you need to make sure OmarZu stays in the corner here. You're at risk of getting drive impacted here, but oh, OmarZu saying like, I can play the game in burnout, can you? Immediately with a little chip. Good trades here into FourBean. FourBean's going to get meter back here, immediately doing the level 2, but unfortunately, all in vain there. Now a little bit of a meter deficit here, but good catch off the start. All right. Good on OmarZu, resetting the situation, walking back. You know, sometimes that's just how you have to do it. Yep, respect it. Good jump in and the immediate break. Okay, playing it real safe here, but FourBean, okay, getting the full sequence, still has level 1, which can definitely be utilized in the finishing combo, especially in this low percent. OmarZu putting everything on the line to try to get FourBean here to the corner. Okay, it still seems to be working, able to get away with the jump in the corner. Drive impact could be possible. No, we see the meter come back, should be able, mixes up here with the grab. The level 2 could have been converted into and end the round, but getting a little greedy, saving it here for the next. But you need to be able to close out this round, and does so. Suddenly, FourBeanSalad look a lot better here in the final round here for round 1. Okay, over the corner, great carry. Try to mix in the grab there, but good on OmarZu walking back. Projectile for projectile. Oh my goodness, just release the parry. Let the level 3 rip. This should be burnout, if not extremely close. All right, should be able to force it here. There it is. This is huge here. OmarZu has to let a level 3 rip or something. This should be the game here for FourBeanSalad. What a, I have to say that is an upset off the bat here, round 1 of Street Fighter 6. What a way to start off this event. Amazing display from both players. You know, I would say like with a lot of round 1s, you know, it's kind of one of those sink or swim situations. Sometimes it's really polarizingly one way. We had a treat today. And hopefully we'll continue to get treats as we go in these next sets. But considering the game went relatively quick, it might be a little bit before we get next set. But for all y'all tuning in, this is Core Values 2026, Portland, Oregon. Premier FGC event. We have titles such as Tekken 8, which ended up finishing early. Earlier. Street Fighter 6, I believe we even have 2XKO, Grand Blue, just so many different titles here. You know, even Smash Bros. If you're into platformers and stuff. Like, I think we have 14 or 13 different brackets happening here, and that's not even including community ran brackets that might be happening here at the event from my understanding. But, you know, shout outs to the people that make this event happen. Shout outs to, you know, the team of Faustian, also specifically, you know, Chapter and Rain, both amazing TOs. Big reason that we have such an amazing event like this to, you know, show our representation for, you know, FGC titles, at least within Oregon State. And it looks like we might be getting our next game here in a little bit. Very curious what characters we might see just generally, because as I said, the previous Core Values title happened around a week or two from Sagat's release. So we've had a lot of time since the previous title. And a lot has changed. We have more characters in the cast. There's been some significant changes made to certain characters. And, you know, it's also the evolution of players and their abilities, right? Because, you know, we have old heads, we have new heads for Street Fighter 6, and there's really talent all around. We were seeing a lot of people break through into the top 8 of core values that didn't previously over the last few iterations. And from the look of it, I feel like I'm seeing some familiar faces. I don't want to say anything though, because I don't want to be wrong. So I'll wait until we see the tag.
GuavaJelly versus Coupon.
Okay, GuavaJelly and Coupon. So I definitely saw both of these players in bracket. Coupon, I would say, kind of the X factor of this bracket. Projected by seeding to make it into the loser side of top 8, if I'm not mistaken. And we got Terry and Zangief. Now I'll say we definitely have a decent amount of Zangiefs within the region. They come and go with time. GuavaJelly here with the Terry, which kind of a little bit more of an obscure character in this meta. But you definitely get some benefits there in terms of like matchup checks and stuff. As the cast really grows. Like Coupon doing really solid in terms of the pressure, but ooh, punish counter, but no full punish there. We do see the drive impact, we do see the counter hit. It's scrapping back and forth. Then we see the tech there on the grab. Okay. Oh my goodness, and getting the burnout here. We end up getting the wall splat, trying to get the full setup here. Oh, it is looking good here for Coupon. Now GuavaJelly might just be getting the C legs here. We have a fast-paced game. Oh no, okay. Still getting the C legs here. We've had 2 punish counters dropped, unfortunately. GuavaJelly maybe a little nervous here. It happens to the best of us. But should be able to get a full punish here. That is for certain. Okay, opting for kind of the meterless combo here. We love being able to get that grab there. I think we were trying to see a shimmy there, but unfortunately, Coupon was able to get the grab there, at least in GuavaJelly's sake. Okay. Yeah, really gotta respect Zangief at those ranges, especially due to the armor. Ooh, I appreciate the little stomp there, but that should be the round 1 here. Going to Coupon. What's going on, GuavaJelly? We're running back immediately, or are we taking some time? We're going to the character select. Okay. What are we feeling? We're taking a breath? No, we're going over to DJ? No. We're sticking with Terry. Are we mixing up the fit? We're mixing up the fit a little bit. Okay. Now off to the start here, playing it really safe. Well spaced. Okay, Coupon was trying to get that Siberian Express in there, ended up getting interrupted. Or actually, I don't actually think it was Siberian Express. That might have just been the normal SPD. Oh, mixing in the stomp. I have not seen that mix up there, but surprisingly, GuavaJelly, Half-Life gone, and possibly looking like the round gone after how much damage from the earlier grab. Okay. That was about a 19-second round there. This game goes fast. All right. A little bit of a better start here. Oh my goodness. The grab a little preemptive. I'm not sure if GuavaJelly was trying to like fake out drive rush there. Okay. And Coupon should get full value here. Bounce off the ground. Level 2. Probably the SBD into the air afterwards. No, we're just going to reset here in the corner, and that is it. Coupon 2-0 over GuavaJelly. That was round 2 here. I'm assuming winner's side. So GuavaJelly will have a second chance there. But, you know, we all have demons in bracket. I would say I don't want to be running into no Zangief. Grapplers, stay away from me. Don't touch me. I ain't about it. Unless I'm doing it. Then it's okay. All right. If any of y'all are just tuning in, we are here, Core Values 2026. I'm Nasta, and I have the pleasure of talking about Street Fighter 6 with y'all. And we have some amazing talent here, and it just keeps on coming. But like in terms of, you know, the event, as I mentioned earlier, this is the, if not the biggest Street Fighter 6 event that Oregon has seen. And, you know, as somebody who has been playing the game since release, I am very happy to see such a outcome. And I know a lot of the TOs are definitely proud that it got to this extent. And just shout outs to everyone trying the game too. You know, I feel like a lot of people are intimidated with Street Fighter 6. Like, yeah, funny enough, like I'll talk to people within other titles, and they'll be like, if they're from 3D fighters, or like, Street Fighter 6, you know, seems hard. It's really funny because sometimes I'll like get like the polar opposite thing right. And you know, for me with a Street Fighter background specifically, like me going to Tekken, I'm like, I don't know how people be playing this game this way. Like I struggle even with Soul Calibur, and that's a game I've been playing. So, you know, shouts to, because there was a lot of cross-bracket attendees for Street Fighter 6 and Tekken, if I'm not mistaken. They both had an initial registration of 55 players on both sides, if I'm not mistaken. And I think a lot of that had to do with the fact that a lot of Tekken players are playing Street Fighter, and a lot of Street Fighter players have been playing Tekken. You know, we have good communities here for both, so, you know, shout outs to, you know, the PNW, or specifically the Portland FGC community coming out for this event.
I'm going to shout out to Shokurin.
All right. And we got to talk to y'all about the amazing sponsors of this event. We got Shokurin Tattoo. They have such amazing art for everybody. They got multiple artists, as you've seen here. We have, you know, beautiful illustrations here of flowers, and oh, it looks like it's hard to even just like put in words. It's just breathtaking pieces of art from these artists, and so glad to be able to have them as a sponsor for this event. If you are considering getting a tattoo in the Portland area, definitely, you know, take a look, see if it's something you like. You know, even if you're like off chance, you know, I was like, I really want a tattoo. You know, they can probably work something out for you. You know, so shout outs to, you know, local businesses in terms of, you know, Portland, Oregon, and, you know, supporting events. We want to support you too. So, all right, so it looks like we're getting closer here to the next match. I'm seeing some familiar faces. Just waiting a little bit here to confirm. Okay. But if I'm not mistaken, although I have some familiarity, I'm guessing these players might be playing different characters from when I last saw them. But we'll see in practice. You know, one of these competitors has broken into top 8 of previous core value titles, and then I see another face that I think I've seen around, but I'm not as familiar with. For those curious where the bracket is in the moment, we're still in the earlier rounds here of Street Fighter 6. Believe probably finishing up about round 1. We had some round 2 here. Not sure where losers is at the moment, but we're probably just going to be having winner sets on stream at the moment. So if you're looking for the loser sets, definitely check out the bracket. It should be on StartGG. All right. Looks like we're getting some controllers out here. All right, there we go. I will say I don't think we're going to be seeing Zangief and Terry this time around. Maybe Terry, but I feel like the odds probably work against that. Now we have CVE over here on the left side. Long-term Marisa player, however, has had a solid JP pocket. And then there's also been a lot of developments in the game since then, but Marisa did get a lot of love in the most recent patch, and it looks like we're already locked in here. And we're getting Ed. Now, you see a lot of this character. You know, I would say, like, in terms of hot takes, you know, Ed is a really good character. I don't really have him as up there as everyone else does. But as I said, it's a hot take. It's a hot take, okay? Like, I can already tell there might be some criticism of that. But definitely a solid character, nevertheless. But I'm definitely excited to see how this goes. Okay, we got CVE versus Macchy. And Macchy off to a solid start here. Good throw escape here from CVE. That's going to be a solid start here off the knockdown. All right, dash in. Good, perfect parry here. You're going to have a little bit of scaling here, but kind of reset it back into that neutral. Backing up. Okay, punish, counter. That's what you got to be really afraid of against Marisa. Okay, really got to start respecting these interactions well in burnout. Being towards the corner is going to be a lot riskier. Oh, the drive impact here. Yeah, this is going to be a full punish. As long as you dump that drive meter, there's no reason you shouldn't take that round. And Macchy off to a good start here. Now CVE immediately aggressive, getting that damage in, getting that control in, hitting the full charge here. Wait a minute. Oh, and the little jab reset there into the grab. Might not even need to use any meter here. But wait, Macchy not wanting to let this one go. I was like, I want you to spend the meter. Bait the meter. Get this going. Slowing down. Good call out there. Ooh, meter looking really low here. Could abuse the armor in the situation, but oh, just putting it all on the line, and CVE able to close it out even in the risky scenario of that burnout. Now level 3 to level 3 here. Very volatile first interactions here. Getting the grab. Immediately backing up. Keeping control. Keeping CVE in the corner. Quicker option. Throw back in the corner, dash back in, catching with, oh no, CVE putting it all on the line here. Should be a level 3 to close round 1 out. Macchy, 1 over CVE. Now take your time, drink some water. We're still in first to 2 scenario here. But luckily, my voice is now going to be complemented by the amazing Flex Luther.
What's going on, my man?
How you doing? How you doing?
Doing good. I'm losing in bracket, you know.
Happens.
I'm living the FGC dream right now. Meanwhile, Macchy versus CVE for the online locals. This is a pretty common matchup between the two. And right now, Macchy taking the lead against one of the players' higher prospects in the Portland scene.
Yeah, that's so what I was like talking about earlier. In terms of players that have broke into previous top 8s for core values, CVE is reoccurring in that instance. Macchy here, on the other hand, this would be a first if I'm not mistaken. And at the moment, it is not looking good for CVE as Macchy took the first round here. And already, like, although we see CVE kind of able to take the initiative in these few scenarios, really low in life, has the meter here, but we've seen in the past, CVE will go into burnout if a prospect is seen, but the return on that investment has been 50-50.
I mean, we want to talk about burnout too. Macchy was in burnout and had full control of that neutral right there. Just because of all the options and tools that Ed has, that Marisa just has to try and figure out. And right now, Macchy does have good awareness of what Aaron's trying to go for. CVE, though, does find the opening and tries to set up a really good command grab opportunity, but now it's going to be sent into the corner. Tries to drive rush in, tries to get a hand in, but no, it's going to be the jump, and now it's going to be more pressure into the corner, setting up. Grabs out of the drive rush, really, really low, and now it's not looking too good. But the low kick off of the stance is going to be another release on life. And with that armor into the punch, this might be enough to do it. If I'm not mistaken.
No critical art here, but
none needed. That's going to do it. Now going up, around, it's going to be 1-1 apiece. We might see a game 3 here.
Hey, but we got a significant meter deficit here. CVE definitely has to somehow get that damage without it.
Get that damage. As Marisa, get that damage.
Yeah.
Have no fear, it's already half a health
The
bar.
character does not get it for free when you get
free,
that.
But the real challenge going on for Aaron right now is going to be just be able to control tempo and control the space. It's going to be a parry on the drive impact, not met with a potential turn from Macchy, but it's going to be a fight off of the drive cancel into a couple strings. The damage is so different off of the opportunities. Aaron, if she can find something to close it out, it could very much be into a game 3. It's going to go for the low kick.
Okay, not a lot of meter to deal. That's pretty huge here in terms of that meter. Almost got a full bar. Now we're just waiting out, getting that value back. Oh, putting it on the line. This is what I was talking about, going for these 50-50s. But the armor there, not going to be enough to close it out, but having access to level 1 in a pinch, burnout maybe, but in this scenario, I don't know. We could see level 2? No? Oh my.
I was going to say, it's just going to be looking for a slight moment that Macchy's not going to be able to catch when she's going to go for the jump in. And there she found it. Now going 1-1 apiece. The set has gotten way more contentious than we realized.
But it was really a thread of the needle situation there. CVE needs to make it a little bit more in CVE's favor here.
Hey, judging by the tempo and who's in control right now, I think Aaron has found it. There we go again. Now just using armor to full effect. Does call out the stance and was able to find a way out of the corner. Macchy now has the chance to potentially get a lead here. And it's going to be calling out the Sparta kick.
Oh, that is a round right there.
There we go. Cash out. That's what you got to do.
Now, right now, CVE can just kind of hold on, lead. Really bold opening there, but it ended up getting Macchy to throw out an option. Okay, but in the corner here, things could definitely switch up. Ooh.
Speaking of, it's a literal leapfrog turnaround. Does push out. There we go. Drive reversal. Puts up both back into a little bit of a neutral position. Really, really low drive gauge. One of them's trying to get chip each other out. Chip the other out. There we go. Anti-air. Get her out of the skies.
It was just a little too early. Didn't get the armor in time.
Whips the parry. We've all been there. That's how you know we're human.
Oh, this is going to be huge. It is a light into the reset, backing up, able to hit the medium, keeping the pressure going. Oh my goodness, abusing the armor and the level 3.
Level 3.
Oh, and the cutscene still played. It didn't even kill
CVE
off the hit.
Just said, that's my moment. I got it. And wins 2-1 after such a strong start.
Yeah.
I really did expect Macchy to just keep the pace up and be able to close out, but no, it's going to be CVE finding the route to end it.
But man, what a clutch in a pinch.
Is that a wood grain fight stick?
Hold on, I'm looking.
Is that wood grain?
It actually could be. It could be genuine. Like it's square
I've
enough.
always wanted a wood grain fight stick.
I feel like it might be bamboo though. I wouldn't be surprised. Like,
darn, it's bamboo.
like, is bamboo wood? Or is it fiber?
Production
is it like plant fiber or? It's a tree? Bamboo's a tree? It's a weird looking tree.
Welcome to Core Values 2026 Street Fighter 6. Here we debate on whether or not bamboo is wood. No fighting games, no talking about things happening on screen. We're going to be talking about bamboo.
Fighting.
Yeah.
Oh, we're fighting.
Well, it is called bamboo wood. I kind of lose here. Yeah.
Facts and logic, forgive me.
No.
Well, everyone. Street Fighter 6 Core Values is well underway. We've been going through a ton of matches, myself included. I've been a part of the mix, and so far it has been a wonderful amount of sets going on. And we just saw right there, Macchy versus CD. We could see that in top 8. Macchy has had like an insane glow up from the last couple core values from something I've seen them do versus now. I think very much has a good shot at making top 8.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier, because there's been a huge gap since we had the previous core values. The last time we had core values, I believe Sagat was released for either 1 to 2 weeks at that point, and that might even be generous.
Not even like a full week.
Not even a full week.
Yeah.
It was within the week.
Yeah.
So, and we saw a ton of representation of that character. Sagat players, you know, said like the moment this character comes out, they're going to be taking names. They took names.
Yes.
Now,
Anomaly, Miles at the last tournament, was putting in that work, and now they're also hopping on to Alex. So.
And we haven't seen Alex here on stream. I'm kind of hoping so, because that character has got some stuff going on. Very, very interesting character.
That character is some insane.
And we're not talking about the backstory.
I swear ad read should have had the disclosure. Man. You're wild for that. We're going to talk about the fight game happening in front of us, all right?
It's Capcom approved, all right?
All right, buddy.
All right, or disapproved. Okay, but let's get back to the match here. I'm seeing some familiar faces.
Oh yeah, Dagger G, a Core Values tournament winner, legacy fighting game player. He beats my ass in third strike, all right? He's
one of the best Remys to ever do it.
Literally ever do it. Craziest thing, it was really cool to see, was looking through his like YouTube channel. He has a YouTube channel, go check it out. Dagger G. He had a video of the VCR or CD video he saved of like Remy punishes in 2007. Like,
you know
that's how legacy we're talking about.
You know what's funny? Like, so I have a pretty like heavy Japanese Twitter feed. Someone keeps posting Dagger G videos, like a Japanese account. just like it just comes up every once in a blue moon.
He's like, yo, check this out.
Yeah.
Y'all not gonna believe this.
All right, the two characters we have on screen. You know, we saw Guile get a little bit of love in this patch. Just, you know, really interesting changes. You know, now we have a ground bounce here on punish counter, if not mistaken, of the overhead. And then Juri got a lot of love.
Juri got an insane amount of love. It's quite crazy. The new combo reps have been really fun to watch, and so far it's going to be a kind of a big question mark in this tournament is, are those buffs just going to be enough to start taking some players onto the edge? But meanwhile, Dagger G is showing some of that classic charge input, I don't know, knowledge, history, lore. Someone who has been playing Guile since the launch of this game, and probably has been playing an iteration of Guile in every game.
I don't charge like that.
I know.
All right, in the corner here. Oh, and the Sonic Blade set. Oh no. Okay, great drive impact here. Should get solid value. Okay, we're going into the Karma engine. Love to see it. Good value, but going for the reset there. You know, I'm not too familiar with the Juri route specifically, but I feel like this is really rough losing a lot of that value.
Yeah, it's going to be rough. Not having 2 meters right here. Didn't get too much payoff. It's going to get air grab, and now it's just back to some good old classic fireball gameplay. Waiting for some turns. Does try to parry on the jump in. Is not going to get too punished for it or rewarded either way. But there we go. That's just going to be ripping the level 3 off of the 1 hit. And it's going to be enough to do it. Dagger G goes up 1 game against Donut Lord. Has Donut Lord been to other core values?
I'm not as familiar. At least this is the first time on stream for sure.
I definitely recognize the name there. Okay. For sure. Going to character select, do some time to think. Pro tip for any person playing Street Fighter 6, if you need that mental reset, go into this character select and, you know, pick Alex, actually. The greatest mental reprieve is you lock in the new DLC character and start making stuff happen.
I'm ready immediately, just the stomp in reaction to the Sonic Boom, but hey, is Dagger G even going to give the opportunity? Are we going to see the flash kick off the bat? How is this going to start? Going a little slow, immediate jump in here.
No, okay. Dude, it's Alex. We're about to get violent, as we can see right here. Gets a quick 3-piece, goes in the stance, tries to use the dive kick. It's not anything else, by the way. That is a dive kick.
And we got Jam Project in the background here, too. Okay. Luckily not a punish counter. Ooh, Dagger G kind of, you know, being really defensive, but man, putting all that meter here, and you're in the corner against Guile.
Double cancel is insane, and it's not going to be too ideal. Don't.
Wait.
Super's out, but it's still going to get punish counter, but no combo to follow off of it.
Oh no.
Meanwhile, they're getting peppered with
no.
Do not let me you. Okay, gonna eat the jumping counter hit. Dagger G goes up 1 game. Donut Lord, that double cancel was a gamble. How you follow? Tries to dive right in, does get met with a fireball or with a blade setup, and now just getting peppered by some projectiles right now. Meanwhile, Dagger G sitting pretty. This is a classic Guile playstyle. Oh my God, setting up in cutter to get the knee. Does cut out that, dude, the actual like reaction time it takes to count out that dive kick is crazy.
Oh my goodness.
All right. He's partitioned.
You know, that was a little bit of the Dagger G special here, but this is going to connect, and suddenly, oh, the mini booms. Does it even matter? In the corner, oh no, going for the level 1.
That was dumb. He just wanted 2 right hooks. That's all he wanted. He wanted 2 left hooks.
Oh no, jumping over here, does have meter. Okay.
Dives right in, is still safe because of the burnout. Does get a quick combo, and is now setting again another cancel into drive rush into cancel. 3-piece, but eats the flash kick to the face, and that is going to be 2-0 for Dagger G.
Yeah, it was honestly a good effort in the last round. I would say, like, in terms of, you know, going in cold with Alex, you know, might it be where
it's a bit of a gamble.
Yeah.
It's a bit. The playstyle switch is like really intense, going from Juri to Alex. But I'd also argue I don't think there was much incentive or reason to switch to the Alex. I felt like the Juri was doing good. The Juri was putting in a lot of really good work, and only just needed to adjust to a couple things. But I also hella respect going for the Alex switch. If you have to, like, that's what you truly feel, like, commit to what you're trying to do, you know?
Yeah.
Retrospect is retrospect. Stick to what you wanted to do, and I respect the Alex catching up towards the latter end of the match. But that opening one, you could definitely feel the awkwardness trying to go from Feng Shui Engine, like, I'm pressing buttons, to like Alex pressing buttons.
Like we're seeing like level 1s like here and there. Like it was a really dicey game.
I think the biggest tell was the combos that were succeeding.
Yeah.
Or the combos that were being attained were like the really clean, crisp cut, like 3-hit combos that then get you into Oki and things like that. But in terms of like really following up and start going for some of that optimal Alex stuff, I didn't feel like I was seeing that.
Yeah, for sure. I think there was a struggle in terms of getting the setup from Prowler stance.
Yes.
Because the Sonic Blade.
Is it Prowler stance? I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Is it Prowler stance? Okay, that's.
I believe so.
Good to know. Good to know.
If I'm wrong, I just pulled that out of nowhere.
Isn't it also crazy that they gave Alex a stance?
Yeah, a little bit, but it's like Rustler's stance, you know. It's like
No, they made it more. It's a flavor win, all right? But it's just like, dang, there's so many stances now.
What I was kind of thinking, like, and I feel like I kind of saw it a little bit. There was a little bit of a thought process other than, you know, diving in over everything, was to try to abuse the armor of the Lariat out of the stance. But the issue is if Sonic Blade ends up getting set up, it doesn't matter whether you have armor because it's too many hits.
Yeah, it's just going to mitigate.
Yeah.
Very worth taking note, but now we have another hype match coming up. It is going to be Reach versus Need. Need traveling down. Plenty of history with us as an old X-Smash player back in the pre-COVID days. Now taking his career into Street Fighter 6 and doing well. He performs well at salons up in Seattle. But Reach has a title to defend, who has been putting in a lot of work to win core values in the past. This is not going to be a match to sleep on whatsoever. Also, how many Season 1 matches are we going to have? Dude, I haven't seen, we have C. Viper, we have Alex, we got Sagat.
You know, I'll take it. It's been such a long time. And man, all right, Need doing really solid here off the bat here. Got to be careful of the Yoga mix-up, but was able to avoid, you know, getting blown up for it on the mix-up. But okay, putting yourself into burnout here is going to be rough. There are setups here, and as we're seeing it, luckily able to get out. Okay, ooh, seeing a little bit of that change here, but unfortunately being down the meter, level 2 in terms of damage. Yes, Reach taking the first round here. Now, Need was doing pretty solid, still has level 2 access here. If you're able to rip that earlier than later, you can kind of make up that difference in momentum. But more you hold on to it, and especially when you get to that level 3, then you're slowly kind of being net negative on that meter. But it really comes down to how you use it. You see Reach playing it relatively slow, doesn't feel the need to be overly aggressive. A lot of sandblasts. Walking up. Okay. Ooh. In the corner here, does have access to critical art, and with how low the health is, might need to be used to be able to close this out. Should be perfect. Oh no! Dropping that there, but having drive impact, but it doesn't hit, but it works out in your favor, and you don't have to use any meter. That might have been what Need needed. Okay, into the corner, immediately hitting that level 3 rip. That was what I was talking about, because now there's that potential of also getting that level 1 value. And look at that health, about 60% down, immediate reversal. The meter here is really rough here for Reach. Reach is going to get a little desperate here, but no, able to get the teleport. Oh my goodness, and okay, the meter's kind of swapping up here. Need really needs to close this out in a swift interaction, because what's going to happen here is critical art is at access. You are dead if you fall for any of these traps that Reach might be throwing out. Meter really low here, has to respect the projectile, jumps over, gets caught, drive rushes under here, it's back and forth, put into burnout here, no access to a super just yet, but what a call out there with the DP here. Oh, doesn't go into level 3. What happened, Reach? Now you just have to respect it here. Need is going to get meter back first here. Almost able to get it, but the level 3 rips, and Reach able to narrowly close it out here. What an intense round 1. Now we're in round 3 here. It means business. We're winner's side. Both these players had to defeat their opponents to get here. We're going towards that top cut. Oh, we're thinking, and Need is staying tried and true. I think that is a good option here. I felt like the Luke was doing solid here. You know, it is hard to, play this matchup specifically, but I would say there's probably a decent amount of practice that Need has been able to get being over in the Seattle area. As we said before, shout out to Lon. In terms of locals within the US, you can't get much better than that. Okay, caught in the corner, putting it on the line here with that ODDP. Unfortunately, that drive impact is going to lead to a lot of value here. Oh, we're lit in that super rip here, and now, okay, good DP once again, but still being in burnout, you have to be the aggressor here, but being able to get through there, especially when drive impact is at the ready, it can be difficult. You can't really get away with throwing out any meaties. Good to the corner, drive reversal, good usage, putting yourself into burnout here, but Reach not able to close it out there, but just a sliver of health. All you need was that little jab mixed in there. Now, Reach possibly going to be moving on here. Great perfect parry, getting a light little punish, but keeping the momentum going, throwing more towards the corner here. And I already know Reach is already ready for the possibility of a DP, as we've seen that kind of be an option. But, when you go parry into ODP, it is a really resource-intensive option, but it works out. Going for the level 3, not risking it, not holding anything back. It's going to be a little bit of meter deficit, but it's not too bad. The drive reversal getting on the late hit here. All right, Reach has Need in the corner. Oh, what a duck under the float, and catching with the low there. Should be able to close that round. Looking possible here for Need. Great catch. Actually, okay, well, you gotta be on point in terms of those charges. It is really, specific on the timing. That kind of comes with the character. That's how you know nerves might be a little tense at the moment. All right, getting the counter hit on that grab, doing a little bit more damage. All right. Ooh, yeah, you cannot get away with the drive impact there. Has access to level 2 here for later. Just lets the level 1 rip, making sure the damage is done here, because in the next interaction here, if you're able to get a level 1 conversion, doesn't even need it, straight in the ground. We're going to a game 3. Need on the board here. We're sitting on the screen for a while here. Considerations being made. Breaths being taken. Drinks being had. And we're going into this round 3. Reach here. Long-term, defender in terms of, top cut here of core values brackets. Right now trying to fend off the Seattle Invader, and at the moment in burnout here, but should be able to get a solid punish here. No opt here for any of the supers, but try to get the reset there off of the jump. All right, Reach making sure to get that value here on the board. Will be a little bit better here in terms of this burnout scenario. Good catch on the anti-air and able to close out that round. Now using the meter, that's showing a bit of respect here from Reach. Like not really holding back here in terms of the usage, trying to just go for any sort of optimal damage here in these interactions. All right, throwing towards the corner. No tech on the knockdown. Good meter gain back here. Good throw escape as well from Reach. Try to teleport back. Need being really aggressive here. Getting some meter back. It's a back and forth. Caught by the kick.
Oh my God.
All right. With level 3 at access. Caught by the Yoga Fire. Reach doing Dhalsim things here. Okay, able to catch there, but the Yoga Fire interruption here. Oh no. Gotta respect it, but counter hit, good break there. Both burnout scenarios here. Just gonna take it to the face. You know, it's a little damage here. It's very close to lethal. Should, wait a minute, that was it. That was all of it. Reach able to defend Organ here from the Invader, but what an awesome performance here from Need, taking a round off of one of Organ's best. You know, we're only going to see more of that here as we have, more new names here for core values that have not previously attended. Shout outs to Washington for, coming down, especially, when you have such a good scene up there. I can understand why coming down to Oregon, when you got things like Salon, but we appreciate you. We appreciate you all coming down. This is Core Values 2026, your premier FGC event here for Portland, Oregon. One of the biggest events we've had here in quite a while in terms of the FGC, not just for Street Fighter. Decent show out here for Tekken 8. We also have our local Soul Calibur scene, Grand Blue, Guilty Gear, 2XKO, like the list goes on. We have like 13 or 14 brackets if I'm not mistaken. I might, I'm just taking those numbers out of nowhere, so I might be completely off bases. I'm pretty sure we even have Mortal Kombat 1. So if you're here, there's an annual event happening for that game still. If you want, see if you can crush some names, show up for MK.
Let's talk about Paragon Online real quick.
All right, but we got to talk about some of the amazing sponsors we have here for the event. We got Paragon Online. They have so many events for so many different titles, from Guilty Gear on Wednesday, 7 to 9 p.m. EST. We also have Tekken 8, Thursday, 7 to 9 p.m. EST. It looks like we're consistent with that schedule until the last event here, but we also, on Friday, Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising on Friday. Saturday, good old Street Fighter 6. And then on Sunday, 2XKO. And you earn in-game rewards for participating in the event. Look more into it at pairfgc.to/2xko. They do have a different schedule specifically for 2xko, being a little bit on the earlier side of 3 to 5 p.m. PST, but definitely check them out. Well, welcome back. We should be having another event, You know, all these matches are events in their own sake, but we should be having another match here. I'm seeing a familiar face. I'm seeing two familiar faces. So I'm interested to see how this is gonna go. All right, all right. Get those controllers plugged in here, get to that character select. We're in winners, quarters, finals. Okay.
Was Coupon the person who upset it?
In terms of upsets, I'm trying to think off the bat.
You watched that here, right? Coupon against.
We had an upset for round 1. In terms of the tag, I believe it was Coupon upset?
No, Coupon was Zangief, remember?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
who was it against? That's why it was it OmarZu?
Yeah, it was OmarZu.
Okay. So it was OmarZu versus Coupon. Now, as I mentioned, Coupon was kind of like the X factor. It was seeded to make it into the loser side top 8, but ended up making a pretty significant upset over OmarZu. But I say upset, but I'm also curious in terms of placement of where OmarZu would be. So it might have not been upset. They might have been around the same seeding. But in terms of, you know, people to be taken out, especially in the earlier rounds, it was a polarizing match. Now, Zangief, Guile. Got Coupon and Dagger G. Whole other breed of Guile. We got all the different types of Guiles here. Now, in terms of Dagger G, long-term legacy player, one of the best Remys from Third Strike to ever do it. Does some stuff I have never seen other Guiles even fathom of doing. But I would say Coupon off to a really good start here, having good control here, not overextending. Try to abuse the armor there, got caught by the jump. Dagger G slowly but surely trying to make up that difference. Good dash back here into the punish. Ooh, throwing in that level 1 just to get a little bit of that extra damage here. Slowly but surely trying to get back that corner. We got the ground bounce here, but it seems like Dagger G hasn't really messed with that interaction just yet. But taking that first round there. Coupon made it close, but wasn't able to close it out. Okay. Ooh, immediate jump in there. A lot of meter usage for a very little amount of damage, though. A little bit of trade, you know, you take those in the end of the day, especially when you're a little bit more net positive on that damage. Get a little bit of the meter back. Check the feet. Little knee on the way in. Ooh, still should be, oh my goodness, gave enough time to be able to get the OD flash kick. Getting the jump in once again. Coupon really on point with these, but man, those mini booms really leading to a solid extension there, getting the rest of that level 2 value. Being able to make up this difference here. You know, we have level 3 access, but I don't feel like Coupon is really trying to use it. Might try to opt for something like a level 2 here. There it is. Now, will it be enough to close it out here? We got pretty aggressive scaling, going on the jump in. Oh, put it all on the line here. Really close to burnout, being really careful. Jumped in again and managed to get the round. Okay. Relatively even here in terms of that meter management. But Dagger G getting the pokes in with these booms and sonic blades. really slow start here. Drive rush in, catching there once again, getting the ground bounce. But just a little too far away, I think, to get the full value. Ooh, drive impact here, going in area. Level 2, just letting it rip here. Doesn't seem like we're going to be getting a level 3 here in this round. Little stomp reset. Oh my goodness. I don't think Dagger G was expecting the low there. Ooh. Critical art in access here from Dagger G. Got to be really careful with the jump in here. All these small interactions, it might just come down to it. And what a SPD here from Coupon, taking the first round over Dagger G. Now, we were talking about upsets here. Coupon might just be the menace to send this bracket into shambles. Able to get the jump in on a Guile, just having the understanding here. Okay. Backing up. Dagger G caught on the walk-in. Ooh, that is gonna do some damage here. Stomping there and then going for the further poking low. Coupon, one game away from greatness here, getting past winter quarterfinals versus Dagger G, who historically has had pretty good runs here at core values. And that might be even an understatement. What a catch there with the delayedness of the overhead. Dagger G backing up, wanting to keep that space because it is a little awkward in that jump area where Coupon seems to really being able to jump in consistently, not really being punished within the anti-airs. Oh my goodness, caught in the corner here. Got it. Oh my, oh no way. It was all a setup. What a catch in the air, level 1, able to secure the round. What a clutch up here from Dagger G, not letting it go just yet. Now that level 3 access here, immediately ripping the level 2. Now can Dagger G find it, able to get the anti-air in to the flash hit, going low, getting the little bit mix there with the overhead, getting those mini boom values. Wait a minute, Dagger G means business here. Not trying to let Coupon out of the corner, respecting the bigger option. Coupon going in, jumping in. Perfect parry, even with the scaling, this is solid, but critical art now in access. The life lead is gigantic here. We don't have level 1 here on Dagger G side just yet, but one more instance of damage, even some damage on block, should be able to give access to level 1. And with that, Dagger G able to get back here on the board. We're going to a game 3 here for winners quarterfinals. Okay. Immediate start here from Coupon. Not letting Dagger G get too set up here. No turtling over here. Good little combo. Get the spacing once again. Walking back a little bit, but trying to be careful about it. Able to break the armor there. Good call out from Dagger G. A little awkward there on terms of the charge. Going for the triple stomp, drive rushing out of it to try to keep it safe. Getting some of that meter back. Okay. Close to neutral on the meter here. We love a good little headbutt mix in. Oh, that OD lariat. Really good. Both players getting really close to access to the level 2, but before it even happens, we're going into possible round point here of the winner side. Coupon. Okay. Gotta be careful with the parries there. A little bit late there on the overhead, but I love the little shimmy here, immediately taking Dagger G all the way to the corner. Okay, putting it on the line here, going to burnout, especially when level 2 could be popped. but I think Dagger G is being careful because there is good potential here with the meter for level 3, but we do see Coupon go ahead and let level 2 rip here. Going to go for the extension here with level 1, and that is some serious damage here in the corner. What's the option? Going for the crouching medium, but Coupon taking it over. Dagger G, winner side quarterfinals. That is an upset. I know that is an upset. Dagger G definitely being one of the competitors here to beat. Now Coupon sitting a little bit more comfortable there in the semis, but it doesn't stop there. You have to be a menace to continue in this bracket. This is Core Values 2026. We're over here in beautiful Portland, Oregon. Or if you're not a fan of Portland, you know, at least it's a good FGC event, right? You know, so we got some amazing attendees at this event. One of the biggest FGC titles we have seen in the Portland area to date. And that includes Street Fighter 6. I'm pretty sure we're at record numbers here, and we're getting towards that top cut. People really want this title, saying that they can win Core Values, because now we're an annual event. You only get one time a year at this, so you gotta make it count. Now, with us being this far into the winner's side, I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see some of these loser side matches, just because we're getting really close to that top 4 section. But luckily, I will have my co-caster joining me once again. Possibly? Are we? Okay. We have once again been blessed here with Flex Luthor joining me on the mic.
Yes.
How we doing?
Got destroyed. This guy.
What's the damage? You gotta give us a little. You can't just say that. You gotta give us a little bit of the fill-in.
DJ versus Terry, right?
Okay.
Drop everything.
Okay.
Start questioning my presence on this mortal plane, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he just hits me with like an insane combo to end the game.
Okay. Was it with Power Geyser?
Yeah.
Okay. I know the one. I know the one. You know.
We're going to be having more Street Fighter 6 action coming up. From the looks of things, bracket has been going very, very fast. So
yes.
Right now, it looks like we're having a lot of the qualifier sets going into top 8 happening really soon. We have a bunch of the winner side. And then towards top 8's potential stream, we're going to be having a bunch of the loser side as well. And a few qualifiers from there. So far, though, Dagger G versus Coupon, though.
Okay.
That sounds crazy, right? That just concluded. I was like, man, Dagger G's got this, and I was like, oh no, Dagger G don't got this.
Then you peeked the stream and was like, what's happening? What's going on? Yeah.
I looked away and I was like, oh, Dagger G's losing, like.
All right.
Oh no.
Well, before this next set, I'm going to go run and grab something, but I will be right back right before the set. Yeah, you're gonna be here for a little. I've been holding down the fort by myself for most of the time.
Yeah, that's
you got this.
I'm not built for that. I'm not built for that.
You can hold it down for a minute or two. All right. I'll be right back.
So, chat, what do we do around here? You talk about? Oh, I'm on the screen actually. Yeah, I can see myself. Man. Yeah, so far, Core Values 2026, now going into the yearly format, has been a wonderful experience for every game across the board. Smash Ultimate and Tekken 8 were happening earlier today, and they have been doing insanely hype sets on stream, and it's been wonderful stuff so far. Again, big thank you to everyone hosting. Thank you to Rain. Thank you to Chapter for just even having this tournament exist. Shout out to Tempest, shout out to my boy Sayo, who's been helping with the stream for the Street Fighter 6 side, and has just been an overall GOAT in terms of just being a part of the scene and being a part of the stream and production side of things for all things FGC and Smash. So big thank you to everyone there, and thank God you just showed up, because I was starting to run out of material and I was really starting to worry for a second.
I'm back, no need to worry.
I was just saying thank you to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it takes a nation to make this kind of stuff happen, and by God, have they made it happen. This tournament is always a blast to go be a part of, to watch. I've been like gone back and seen the VOD. It's like, man, the production value is really good. Tournaments are really good, and it's just been a good experience. I'm really happy that they were willing to show us that love, so we can be able to hang out here and enjoy our time together.
Yeah. Shout outs to y'all watching this event, and you know you are supporting the event by watching. You know, really appreciate you. And I hope you appreciate some of these sets. It looks like we are going to be waiting a little bit. I believe we're probably waiting on a set to finish, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe, and I quote, MaiTaikneeWiiKnee should be playing on the stage here, but I see not walking up here. So,
okay.
You know. However, his opponent, or potential opponent, Hozayy, is currently waiting on the stream setup. Hozayy, another Smash player that we're both familiar with from the Eugene scene, going to be making an appearance here on stream. And I believe this is still winner side, right? So that's going to be a potential qualifier match or near qualifier?
I'm very curious because I believe I played against Hozayy very early Street Fighter, if I'm not mistaken. Was playing Cammy. Are we still seeing the Cammy?
That's a good question. No.
Because
they played Terry and Smash
yeah,
Bros.
that was about to say we might have a little bit of a riddle situation.
Which is kind of a crazy setup, by the way. Like go from Cammy to Terry.
Yeah.
If that is the case, assuming.
But it's just like first time ever in Street Fighter history we're having like a crossover character, and it just so happens to be the character you play in another game.
It is true.
But I will say, the character is a unique version of Terry, like in terms of just like, mechanics. Like, Mai is the best she's ever been in history.
We're not getting started with that one.
When are you hopping on, Sayo? You said you were gonna hop on for Mai. What happened?
Bro, I'm stuck playing Rivals of Aether.
Bro, stuck on the platformers.
Production's dedicated to the platform fighters. You know how it is.
Not really. Just that game.
Just that game?
Yeah. Just committed to
I don't even like Smash Bros. Anymore. It's like, old.
Yeah. Old?
Yeah, it's old.
Yeah. Production's making good comments on how old Smash Ultimate is.
You want to hear a good comment?
If you want to feel old,
don't tell me how
We're
old
waiting for MaiTaikneeWiiKnee, but I'm not going to call his name out. You know what I mean?
No, you should.
No.
Yes, you should call it MaiTaikneeWiiKnee.
Ask Rain. He'll say it.
See, what's messed up is I see him right there, just idling.
Where is he?
He's just standing there.
Oh, I don't see him. I think
he's the guy in the mullet.
He's living up to the name. I can't see him.
Gen Z mullet.
I can't see him.
That guy. He's 32, man. rocking the shaggy mullet. What's your thoughts on mullets?
It has its place.
Where is he at? I can't find him now.
As a head-shaven man, it's probably a bit to maintain.
It's right there. He was okay. He genuinely was. I promise you, I'm not lying to you. I'm not BSing.
Point me in the direction. I'll go.
He was. Oh, he's right there. He's talking to Rain as we speak.
Okay.
Sorry, viewers at home. We're currently figuring out where MaiTaikneeWiiKnee is.
Tracking down our players.
Our production doesn't have the strength to say it out loud, by the way.
Should I go to Rain?
Say it. Okay, wait. What?
Oh yeah, I got it. I'll be right back.
Okay. We love tournaments. Huh? Are you asking if I? Hey man, is that?
Does MaiTaikneeWiiKnee play mine?
DJ. He plays DJ.
I just feel like if your
I'm
track
getting.
starts with like Mai, and you should play. It's like Mewtwo King not playing Mewtwo King. You know what I mean?
It's not like Mewtwo King not playing Mewtwo.
I mean, he's not like
Oh wait, did he really not know he was playing? Did he really not? Did you? Rain, yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, Rain said it like 5 minutes ago. That's.
it just went right over his head.
Call the match. Don't call the match. Don't attend the match. The TO who called the match just like hangs out with you for 5 minutes.
Just stands there.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Okay.
No worry. It's funny. It's funny.
Yeah.
Thing. From no disrespect to the players. MaiTaikneeWiiKnee, also known as Inconceivable, also known as what was the tag before that? It's actually been like so long.
Oh my goodness.
Actually, really quick, Alec, what was the tag before Inconceivable?
What was the tag before Inconceivable?
You don't even remember?
You don't even remember?
It's been only 2 years, man. Yeah, that's fair, actually. Is he going? Is he searching?
I think you can check in your Start GG history.
Oh, no. He's
No. Get in the playlist ready.
Okay. I was going to say, I was like...
Okay, but I'm actually really excited here because we do have a little bit of a character switch to Alex, right?
Nope.
No, Sagat?
DJ.
DJ still? Okay. I saw the shirt and I took him for a
always
roller
the shirt.
coaster.
It's the shirt every time, man. He knows it.
But
I thought you played Mai.
okay, but hold up. But like if it is like super one-sided, do we see it, Alex?
No.
No? Not
Actually,
at all?
if it's one-sided, you can't lock. You're locked to your character if you win. You can't change characters on win.
Damn.
It's old arcade style, you know. If for your little lord.
You know, you got the good old King of the Hill.
Okay, he is.
So sticking with the Cammy.
Yep.
Which, you know, makes sense a bit because, as we were kind of talking about, it is kind of a polarizingly different way of playing with Terry versus Cammy. And, like, if you play Cammy for the movement, not many other characters are going to replace that.
Yeah, okay. I literally talked to him about I don't know why I was like bated breath. Who's he going to play?
See,
he told me
I asked about Sagat because I heard the statement that, like, there's no reason to really play DJ in this meta when Sagat exists.
Yeah. And then he, like, immediately afterwards, Macchy asked, hey, who are you playing in Bracket, by the way? Oh, yeah, I'll play DJ. Alex, known pusher for the DJ bottom 10 agenda, which I'm starting to agree with. You know, if I lose, it's true.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
as a DJ player, you have to agree.
Yeah, exactly. His rule is doctrine.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Hozayy keeping it even so far with the quick build damage. Though tries to check as an approach against Alex, and he's just going to be met with up kicks into light into up kicks. It's just going to be up kick city.
Oh, good. Perfect parry here. Able to get all the way towards here on the corner. Able to really abuse this drive gauge situation. Might be able to force burnout depending on the situation. Luckily, able to get a punish here. Going for the level 2 here. Going to have a situation here. Caught on wake up. A little too aggressive there, but able to interfere with that sway.
You remember, you got to be able to close on those wake ups. But hey, Hozayy, like you said, took the round. Sitting a little pretty. It's going to be on Alex to start having to make some hard adjustments. This matchup's not the most ideal from time to time, but it's going to be DJ being able to get some of those big hits in because the damage is not a problem with this character. He puts out so much damage and gets a lot of advantage off of it immediately soon after. Meanwhile, goes to the dash, just drive up, falls with the combo, hits the 1-2, and closes it with a perfect KO. And just immediately gets back up a round. So fast, by the way.
Yeah, we didn't even get to see the maracas for that long, you know? It was just like, I kind of wanted to sit there and appreciate it for a little bit here.
He's speedrunning.
Oh, good. Perfect parry once again here. Hozayy putting on that pressure there. All right. In the corner, what do? Grab.
Grab.
Do we do it again? No, we mix up.
It was put out there so early. But there we go. This should be the combo to go. No, it's not
interesting.
You don't want to regret this, Hozayy. Goes into burnout. Locks it. Does not get the level 3.
Should have been able to confirm here, but now in burnout, but luckily able to close it out there with the kick.
Even MaiTaikneeWiiKnee was a little bewildered by that. Immediately goes into the character select. This is the time that you want to use just to think some things over, view the matchup, really take into consideration because, again, Hozayy was not doing anything necessarily crazy, right? I would argue it was conventional.
Nothing crazy, but I'm noticing Hozayy has definitely been versed on this matchup. I'm seeing good jumps here on certain scenarios where you're kind of put into a scenario where it's either going to be like a grab break or a grab being put out by DJ, and that has led to a lot of good value scenarios. Now, being here in the corner, okay, we see the throw escape.
Just uses the EX cutters just to try and pepper on some damage. Maybe find the position something safe, but right now you're just eating hit after hit after hit. It's all counter hits. It's all counter hits into the punishes, and then closing out the set. Hozayy is up around and might be even able to walk away, moving into this top 8 winners semis.
I'm getting flashbacks here from Capcom Cup. What is going on?
Hold on. Now we do have Alex is able to get the corner.
Wait a minute.
Oh, it's going to be, oh, but the range is not going to be able to get the double crush MP. It's going to be the anti-air and immediately met back with an EX variation of Hozay's own. Meanwhile, though, waits out and tries to go up for the grab after the sway. It's going to be the heavy, but doesn't close it.
Wait a minute. Okay.
No, there we go. Another counter to close out. This is some awkward gameplay on both sides. Now, around a piece, very familiar with game 1. Oh, does find the opening off of the EX sway overhead and just let's rip the level 3 and let's just get a really good health advantage state.
It was just a really good option there. Like in terms of like, you know, you were expecting there was going to possibly be the grab tech from Hozayy. So going for the crouching medium, ending up to get that extension here and ultimately closing out this round. Wait a minute.
There we go.
Safe jump, safe jump.
I'm really surprised I didn't see the cash out. That was a full thing of drive meter that was not used. And they just got right back into it. But Hozayy and Alex know what the mission is, don't have to worry, don't have to change too much. You know, Alex did find a way to...
Oh, wow. Okay, that has to feel rough here for this first round of game 3. In the corner, very little life to work with. Getting the meter back for sure. Able to avoid the grab. Should be able to, yeah, I was about to say, mix up there in the corner. Can you, oh no, DP there on the jump in, but we do get to see the splat. Okay, solid start here, 4 damage. Was going to be the option here on get up. Okay, playing it relatively safe. Oh no.
Using the starting frames of that EX cutter, it stays in front of DJ for just long enough for that dive kick to eat all of the damage. And now it's going to be up Alex, 1 round compared to Hozayy, who had such dominant control of the set. It's starting to slip away from him.
Taking a little hit here and there, able to get, you know, the perfect parry. What a jump, and this should be really good value. Next interaction could lead to a super conversion. Ended up on the wrong side, though. I don't think that was intentional. In burnout in the corner, too. Oh, we're okay. Good jump. Able to get the double counter hit. Okay, but has level 3 here.
No, just gonna trying to try and get
wait a minute.
In the corner, but no, it's going to be met with equal force coming in from Hozayy. Drive meter is back, and Alex is on the threshold of going to burn out himself.
Okay.
Now it's gonna be the question: is there gonna be a cash out? Is there gonna be a level 3 difference into this next round? If that's going to happen.
Okay.
Alex has so many opportunities to cash.
Catching the low here. Should be able to convert in at least level 2. Goes for the level 3. Wanted to make sure it was certain. Was in the motions.
MaiTaikneeWiiKnee is not closing on opportunities to close, and it's catching up to him. Though he does have level 3 and a potential CA, depending on how the round plays out. We gotta start seeing some like opportunities to go for the kill.
But with how the pace of the game has been going, I don't even think Hozayy will be able to get that level 1. Big call out here from MaiTai.
Meanwhile, into the corner, drive rush, try to set up the Oki. Gets the anti-air, no counter hit. We're getting the light hits, but we're falling through with
level 3 conversion.
Yeah, level 3 conversion with the burnout on deck. This is looking very dire. There's no meter gain. You're right, there might not even be a level 1 at play.
Are we going to see a jump? Are we standing on the ground? There aren't very many options that you have in that scenario.
And that's going to be it. MaiTaikneeWiiKnee scrapes that 2-1 from the clutches of defeat into the victory, into the winner's semis. He's off screen with the head shaking. Could not be more understated. Could not be understated.
Yeah, like I feel like there was probably no expectation for that first round.
Upkicks killing in that corner. We had no help.
Yeah.
MaiTaikneeWiiKnee gets the win, but there's some evaluation at play. You can hear it from him.
Yeah.
I hope the microphone picked that up. Because I was asking the same question, right? It was just like, you had all the meter, you had all that butter, you should have cashed out, you should start using that stuff and just get the close, but he did not close with the set. And that almost costed him the entire match.
Yeah.
It costed him potentially the tournament, depending on how things, you know, spiral from then on. But to be able to pick yourself up from that point and still be able to close out, especially after game 1.
Yeah.
Whew, good stuff to Alex.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that Hozayy in that last second scenario did not end up jumping, because although, here, let me explain the logic, because we're in burnout, we do not have access to meter.
Yeah.
You have decent distance from DJ. you are in a scenario where, like, if the drive rush in happens and drive impact happens, because you're in burnout on block, you are going to have to take the hit. You are not going to be able to get out of it.
At that point.
In the other scenario, you are also in up kicks range. So if you jump, you can still get caught with it, and with how little health Hozayy had, it was potentially lethal. But I think opting to jump in that scenario ends up being better because it is not a guarantee.
This is true.
That the up kicks is going to kill. One, because it was so far away, you're not getting all the hits, so there could have been a possible reset afterwards. And then two, if preemptively MaiTai did that option, you would have gotten a jump heavy punish.
Then be able to potentially close out the entire match, then move on to winner's side, but no. We live in this timeline, don't we?
But with that set done, we do have to talk to y'all about some amazing sponsors we have for this event. Wouldn't be able to happen without Faustian, PNW FGC Player Collective, no soulless sponsors, FaustianFGC.com. They have amazing merchandise. As you're seeing some of the shirts there, like, to be honest, the last big event that happened that Faustian ended up hosting was Fates Crossing, a Soul Calibur-centric event, and the merchandise for that event was really reasonably priced and awesome. Like, you can see the shirt up there. I have a full playmat of that art, and it is like Yoshimitsu from Soul Calibur and Yoshimitsu from Tekken. If you are a fan of Yoshimitsu in either of those games, that is like a must-have.
If you're a fan of fighting games, just be on Faustian's wave like ASAP.
Yeah.
They put so much work in, like you're saying, to like make sure that Soul Calibur has a place in this scene and just goes above and beyond to even make events like this happen, when core values happen. Big thank you to the organization and everything they do. Be sure to support their players. Again, big thank you to Faustian.
Yeah, a lot of stuff is sold out, but definitely take a look and try to, you know, stay notified. You know, a lot of us, we main low tiers, but we don't need to main a low tier coffee, right?
Absolutely not. Never
and that's why we have OK Zemi Coffee here as a sponsor. And if you use code Faustian at checkout, you help support our event, and then you also end up with high tier coffee, you know?
It's top, the high tier? Be so for real. It's top tier.
S tier?
S tier?
S plus
tier. You see all
B tier?
Like,
does it go higher? Can we eat?
Your Smash Bros in there.
Yeah.
Your Smash Bros in there. Improve your wake up options. Today, again, you see the code Faustian this weekend only, 15% off. You also see all of their most social medias as well. Be sure to pick that up as well. But we're gonna get right back into some Street Fighter 6 Dagger G versus Need losers side. Both players a little shocking to see them playing against each other this way. We were seeing Need on the stream earlier, who also got upset earlier in the tournament. Now, both of them are fighting and to claw their way into this top 8.
Now, so Dagger G, one of our top seeds of the tournament, getting thrown to losers early, polarizing, probably one of the most significant upsets of this bracket. Now, Need has been on an absolute run so far, but now is meeting potentially, you know, what you could have been meeting in Grands. So at this moment, gotta be locked in, gotta be focused, because you are dealing with a whole different Guile.
Listen, it's a tale as old as time. It's the person defending their title versus the person with everything to prove right here, right now. Need versus Dagger G. Who is going to come out on top? Losers round 6. Let's find out.
Right now, Need already doing a really solid job here at controlling the space, able to catch with the low forward. What an extension there with the knuckle in the air.
Meanwhile, quick jump out is going to be met with the cross-cut DP from Need, holding a pretty good health lead. Does meet Need in the skies. Just do a counter hit trade real quick, but the jump in's going to call out the cutter. That was really close to throwing that out there.
No way.
It's going to couch up the jump. That's going to be enough to do it. Level 1 sandblast.
I didn't even think.
You gotta remember.
I didn't even think about that.
It's so fast, lightning fast. Dagger G, it's time to wake up a little bit.
Yeah, need some of that coffee right now. Jumping back. All right. We are seeing Dagger G be a little bit more the aggressor here, kind of noticing a lot of space being given in other scenarios here. Just needs to find that opening, setting up the blade, you know, kind of that safety net here.
There we go. EX cut through the existing fireball on the screen. There we go. Some classic Guile going there. Flash kick to stop the jump in. Needs testing the waters a bit to see where he can get those going.
Oh.
There we go, another jump, but now it's actually a little precarious, getting pushed into the corner.
Backing up.
Though just through Menace alone is able to get back into the center of the stage.
Right now, Dagger making sure charge is happening by any means here. And there we go. Round here on the board. All right.
This one's going to be a nail biter for sure. We can already tell by the way that they are playing against each other. This is as even as it gets.
The stakes have never been higher for this event, and being on loser's side, no one wants to get knocked out here.
Especially stressors, you're in first to 2 territory. You're playing to even just try and see a lick of top 8, a lick of first to 3. You got to go for it. Then while takes his own medicine, gets that jumping off the fireball, falls up into the level 1, into the EX flash kick. That's going to be a lot of damage, and that's going to be a pretty low drive meter. Meanwhile, though, they're willing to take turns and wait a little bit. They said, let's get the reset going, and let's get back into the action.
Now in this scenario here, if Dagger ends up getting a conversion at level 2, it is good as over. But no hit just yet. At the moment, as long as Need is able to maintain this defense, shouldn't have to be worried. If anything, it is going to mean a whole lot of value, and we're seeing it right here. Should be able to get enough for the level 3 right on time.
Perfect sequence to be able to get enough meter, and look at that damage. It's looking mighty scary for Dagger G. This is Luke with the intention to kill Matt in the sky again, but a little too early with the Oki option. Is going to be eating a punish counter. Very, very, very close. As close as he can possibly get, but there we go. Calls out the cutter sequence from Dagger G, and that's going to be Need taking game 1 against the Guile himself, defending core values champ. Remember, like Will said, the stakes have never been higher. You're now on tournament point.
Oh, you see Dagger G rematched already. Need here, a little hesitant there on the click. Still recovering from what just happened here. Have to maintain this lead. You do not want to give this round, because once Dagger G, you know, one of the most versed players in the region, like if you're talking about being adapted on, Dagger G's got the notes, for sure.
He's got history. Oh my gosh, the patience from that actually let the cutter evaporate before getting punished by it. So it's not going to matter too much. Dagger has put on a lot of damage just on these little chips and pieces. Dead by 1,000 cuts, it feels like a little bit. Also, good callouts on the fireball sequences, trying to anticipate when there's going to be an EX sandblast, because it does take a little bit. It has a little bit of startup. Meanwhile, the regular fire sandblasts are also not going to be safe either, and we're seeing so much payoff for Dagger G right now. It's just melted Need into a really, really risky situation. He's trying to start force an option, but remember, perfects, you can absolutely respond to those drive impacts, and that is going to be round up for Dagger G.
Oh, immediately letting the level 2 rip here.
He's got the position to do so, right?
Drive rush in to grab again. No, we're playing a little slower here. Mini booms here, left and right here. You cannot jump. I feel like Need is playing this perfectly, able to avoid.
That was max range overhead, and he's still hungry.
No.
Oh, it's not close enough. It's just a perfect positioning right there, and now we're seeing a full combo, 10 hits. This is the cutter. And it's just building up some drive meter back, anti-airs, and that's going to be able to connect.
Now that's a little bit of your taste of your own medicine, right? With that level 1 on the jump back. Dagger G is, hey, I can do this too.
Dagger G, that was insane. And I mean insane pressure right there. And it ain't even over yet, though. Look at that, just trying to use as much of that green stuff as possible to get an advantageous position. Need is not deterred from that last match. In fact, more fuel to the fire than ever before. Really, really, really strong combo into the corner, and gets the grab on the wake up. Checks with a couple options, checks with a couple punches, but now it's going to be Dagger G returning the favor and just holds and sits tight, knowing that EX Sandblast is on deck.
Really trying. Like that is absolute genius. For those who don't know, I'm pretty sure something that specifically ended up happening in Guile was one of the most significant nerves. When Sonic Blade is being set up, his hurt box around his leg is actually shifted forward. So if you drive rush in with a low forward like that, you have greater potential of actually getting it to connect here, but this should be enough.
Oh my goodness, that chunk of health evaporated with the head nod. He knows what he wants.
That is my favorite Luke move. That is why I enjoy watching the character. That command grab, Immaculate.
Need's feeling confident. Need wants this so badly to keep the bracket moving. He is all energy, and he has shown it in his gameplay right now.
I will clarify, it's a hit grab, though. It is not a command grab.
This is true.
Okay, a little bit of a slowdown there. Ooh, both in burnout here. Okay, gotta be careful. You gotta keep the pressure because level 3 is possibly gonna be in effect here. Getting the grab here is pretty huge in terms of, you know, maintaining. Oh, now you got meter back, drive, reversal, level 3, access on both sides here. Need could close it out. Good response there.
Goes into burnout yet again, though. This is so scary for Dagger G. You're on tournament life. This might be it, but no. Look at the health bars in between. There we go. It's gonna be a grab. Is this the start of something insane? Uses the
drive impact. You have access to all you need.
That's it. Need takes it 2-1. Keeps the tournament run alive. Dagger G's out of the tournament.
Did you see what I said? Did you get what? Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
He knows
my
what's
goodness.
up. He knows what's up.
You know, I came here today and I expect the upset to upset. Not to this level that we have seen
the
today.
Washington players, they warned me. They said, be ready for Need. I don't think this tournament's ready yet.
Like right now, you know, Seattle saying, sign up for Salon. I was like, ooh. Like.
They sent the crew down, man. They sent the troops. There it goes.
He was like, you know what, sweeten the deal.
That's a top 8 qualifier, if I'm not mistaken, for Need. That's top 8. That's top 8. Be elated, man.
New blood into top 8.
PNW major at this point, right? Yearly. Biggest turnout for an Oregon tournament. It means something, right?
Yeah.
And now Need has made it very evident that they want this win. And Dagger G, though, walking away at 9th place. This feels so uncharacteristic.
It's weird. It is weird because how many iterations of core values have we had?
We had 8 up until this current one.
And every single one of them, Dagger G was present for, right?
Yeah. And for
at least within the top 4?
In the history of Street Fighter 6 in Oregon, it was 3 players that were rotating. It was Reach, Nelson, Dagger G. But all 3 of them, Reach was the one who got his win the latest, but your top 3 was always those 3 players. And what was so crazy was that it was originally 2. It was Reach Nelson.
Yeah.
And then Dagger G, off of a hiatus from other fighting games that he was playing, said, all right, I'm going to start picking up Street Fighter 6, and just started thrashing people. Like, it was actually insane how violent his wins were. I was seeing, like, because he's like a mechanics guy. He loves being able to use as much charge partitioning and sequencing as he can. And he just had some of the most insane playing up and, like, at that point. And
like,
it was just,
he does stuff that I do not see the biggest reps of the character do.
No,
because they don't bother because it's just like, well, this is hard. Why would I do this in tournament? I'm too scared to do it.
I'm not strong enough. I don't have the will like that.
It's a different type of person when you are playing Remy and Third Strike to the level that you're doing, and then, you know, applying that same dedication to a character, you know, that kind of is known to be pretty solid in the game.
Well, we're talking about Dagger G a lot, but the proof's in the pudding. Need is the one that made it through top 8. But for the time being, we're going to go on a slight reprieve, about a 5-minute break before we get into more Street Fighter 6 action. Core Values 2026 is going nowhere, and you should neither. We'll be right back.
Things are only getting better. Welcome back, everyone. This is Core Values 2026, the premier FGC event here in Portland, Oregon. One of the biggest events Oregon has ever seen for the FGC, and one of the biggest for Street Fighter.
Yes, indeed. It is actually Oregon's Street Fighter 6, the highest attended tournament in the history of this game. All 3 years have culminated up to this point. While we always want to say it's only up from here, right now we still have a top 8 to close out where we're currently at. And right now it's actually going to be Eugene on Eugene Violence. Reach versus Anomaly. And 2 players who have top performed this tournament, meeting winners semis right before potential winners finals.
And are they not training partners?
Look at the dang. Look at the dang shirts.
Oh, and the kiss on stream too. Sneak that in a little bit. You know,
It's beautiful.
and I love to see, finally, we're seeing a little bit of Alex here. We only got to see that in the very beginning here, but it was a little bit short-lived of a fast
He's doing
round.
it for Donut Lord, all right? He's doing it for all of us. Alex, the heel that he is, going up against Reach's Dhalsim, a very, very classic pick from the Eugene resident himself. Meanwhile, Anomaly has shifted a couple characters between the history of this game, having his greatest performance being on Sagat, and it's very evident you're in winner semis with a totally different character, very recent with the character's release. Like, it's no question, this Anomaly's got the stuff going on.
I will say, I am not surprised that Anomaly ended up going to Alex just in terms of how the Sagat gameplay went and
This is
why I
true.
felt like Anomaly ended up playing that character. It was just because of the amount of block string pressure you can get into mixes on top of it, and literally, Alex is the epitome of that.
Meanwhile, though, you do have to take into consideration, this is your training partner, right? And all the stops, there's something on the line here. It's going to start seeing all the stuff that they've been holding against each other in preparation for this tournament, but right now it's going to be Anomaly going up 1, which, by the way, for this entire top 8, it is first to 3. So we're going to be getting as many games as we can.
All right. Dash back a little bit here, maintaining the Prowler stance here. Ooh, wasn't able to get out of it into block there. It is a little awkward to cancel the stance. That is for sure. Good extension, little slide in, back in. All right. Back over to the corner with that grab. What's the option? Little yoga hover. Okay, there's that round.
Pop the level 1 real quick. It does so much damage. Okay, my big thing with level 1 and Dhalsim, it just keeps going. And I'm like, okay, I think it's over now. Nope, it's just,
And
he's
it's-
just breathing fire on
It
me.
has a unique mechanic where it is one of the few, if I'm not mistaken, level 1s that will, if you block it, put you in gray health. It will actually, like, still get value on block.
Dang, it's ridiculous. And
Really
also-
niche buff. In terms of how much it's actually affected gameplay, you can ask Reach. I don't know if it really did much. It was cool, though.
Now we're talking about some reach action going on. This is, I feel like we're going to be seeing a lot of further into this bracket as they get more and more adjusted to each other's play style. It's just going to be as much zoning as possible. Anomaly doesn't get too much stuff to try and get out of the situations that he's in, and Reach is capitalizing on the attempts to come in with a really, really strong combo. It's not going to be enough. Potential burnout, yep, just throw out the punch. And unless that shit was perfect, it's going to be game 1 going to Reach.
Yeah, that was kind of a rough scenario. I'm not sure if it was possible for Anomaly to kind of get the angle around that Yoga Fire, but was like fully committed well in the Prowler stance. Okay, jumping over here. Get a little bit of the, safe reset, okay.
There we
Probably
go.
take the corner. Gotta respect it. All, like, that is just, like, you have to deal with it. You cannot contest it. As long as you know when to press, and at this level, but I know both these players know when to press.
Absolutely. Ooh, gonna get caught with the command grab. Now, actually in the corner. Ooh! I always talk about how Reach, his playstyle, he's got the bag of tricks. Meanwhile, Anomaly's also pulling out some funky business. The killer clown card of Eugene holds strong across all games. There
And
we
the
go.
grab. All right, one more. That will do it.
Dude, Alex's grabs, every single animation is so guttural, man. Now up around, testing the water, trying to see what ways to get in on Dhalsim, this character. Playing to a lot of what Dhalsim really wants to see in terms of how to pressure a character. Meanwhile, though, still getting caught in the punish counters and eating a lot of damage. It really is just explosion versus a death by 1,000 cuts. And I don't know if that's going to be really ideal for Reach.
Yeah, but Reach doing pretty solid here in this round in terms of, getting those 1-1 interactions. But yeah, we're really confused how that grab ended up whiffing. This level 2 should. Oh, wait, no, it is not going to
because
connect.
He went low. That means he's safe from the pressure, but you always have to factor in the fireball is still going to be happening anyways. Counter hit trade.
This meter difference here, definitely subject
He
to.
dives right in. He goes in, and that's just going to be ripping into the CA, and that's going to be a game for Anomaly. What's crazy is that Reach anticipated that last time, fully got the punish and got the game, and now we got the entirely inverse with Anomaly just finally getting in with the X.
It's so slow. Why does it work? You know, it is like, I don't know, something about it is definitely interesting. It is a great tool.
Dive right in, man. Sometimes people aren't ready for you. Ready for you to dive
you can do it and immediately immediate rip into level 3 if they don't jump back. Like it surprisingly works well as a mix-up option to get in when the character's whole thing is about getting in.
Meanwhile, Reach trying to keep out to Bay. Ooh, followed up into a good combo. Low on the drive gauge, but that's not going to be too big of a worry. Does get swatted out of the sky with a reversal.
Ooh, little yoga float there into level 1.
Very traditional Dhalsim tactic to go for the dive kick into potential grab in this game. And calling that out and just keeping the pressure alive against Anomaly was really, really smart.
All right, we see the stomp, we see the check, and the perfect parry here. And when we see the slide, we've seen this, you know, sequence before, but wait a minute.
We've played these games before, indeed. Just gets the grab, tries to pressure, drive rush Oki, but it's not going to be enough to do it. Has to eat a lot of blocks, goes into burnout for it. Reach is rubbing his hands like, all right, time to be in my bag right now.
Yeah.
Now he just gets to play the anti-air game because, well, let's face it, Anomaly doesn't have too many approach options now in this position. Being in burnout's rough. And you're just going to be eating so much, especially off the teleport.
Oh, level 1 letting it rip. It was able to connect.
It did connect.
Evening it up in terms of health, but I spoke too soon as that grab kind of gives Reach a little bit more of a health advantage. We see the stomp with, but luckily for Anomaly, it should be able to close this out, but no, gets greedy, doubles up for a third time, waits for the reversal. What a call out.
Okay. I was kind of scared by the distance there. I was like, oh, is there going to be 2 kicks that are going to be able to connect? And I forgot, it's Alex on screen.
No.
That guy hits halfway across the map.
We were talking about how these players have played against each other so much. If there wasn't more of like that showing there, I don't know what will.
Speaking of which, kept the float on when he tried to dive in. Now he's going to eat a lot of damage for it. Now through the obstacle course, Anomaly goes, but immediately gets caught and is now looking to be in the corner. Gets caught with a landed hit, gets a quick 2-piece. Breaks the grab. Anomaly's not out of this just yet. Oh, but there we go.
Just a little bit short, but able to get this. Wait a minute.
He keeps going for it. He's not cashing out.
In the corner, what's the option? Drive impact, but it's broken. But wait a minute, going for the high, trying to get that overhead to connect, didn't quite do it, but man, this meter slowly getting it back. That is going to help out here, waiting this out.
The thing is just losing it and then being behind in the drive meter recovery race. Biding his time, he's even letting Reach go back into full drive.
This is the opening level 3.
That's gonna be it. Anomaly, the patience of a saint, gets to reward himself with a quick tap out. Oh, it's not over?
Not enough to do it, and critical art is possible here, but the trade!
Flash chop, but it's not going to be too big of a deal to counter it. It's going to be 2-1 Anomaly. I would have bet money that that was going to kill.
First to 3, first to 3.
First to 3, you know, you love to see it. Winners, semis, far from over for our respective Eugene players. This could go game 5. I absolutely believe it. He's been nailed by his back-to-back-to-back.
We do have the music change. You never know.
Oh my god, there's so many counter hits going on screen. I blocked that, I swear.
Oh man, that low check, just like, I talked about this earlier, it is also kind of a thing with Sagat where when the character's orientation ends up remaining standing, it is so weird to be caught by a low like that.
The
stomp. Oh, just didn't have enough meter. I know Anomaly was ready, but just did not have access to the drive meter.
Tries to swat Reach out of the sky. They're both in burnout. I don't know though. Anomaly is about to get all the meter back. Oh, but really short
but in the quarter.
Charging punch there, trying to bank off of the armor.
Yeah, but like even in terms of health,
low,
yeah.
That's beyond risky. Listen, I know Dhalsim don't deal that much damage, but like that's enough damage.
So just really polarized by this match. The dive in finally. We're seeing a the drive reversal. What?
It lasted long enough.
Like sitting in the air for that long, you just figure, oh, that's a one interaction, right?
It's gonna be able to get out of that. It's gonna be able to start the punish counter sequence. Nope, I guess not.
All right. Really trying to walk in with those perfect parries. I will say that's one of the best feelings when you're just walking up, getting zoned out, but you're just perfect parrying left and right. But it does seem on the struggle because you're trying to find that opportune moment.
He put reach on the ground in an instant. Does need a punch counter off of the drill. It's not going to be enough to start a full sequence. Tries to do it yet again, almost make the connection. It's going to be a good grab tech coming in from Reach, and now it's his turn to try and pilot this position. But it's going to be swatted out of the sky again. There's a lot of anticipating that there is going to be this air sequence or these like air resets that Anomaly then has to follow up upon.
Level 3, just letting the rev jumps over in a power bomb. Hold up, we could see it. We're gonna see it.
He rips it.
The one-winged angel to finish out that round, but it's not over just yet.
My God, they refuse to have this be a one-sided affair. It has just been round exchange over and over and over again. Anomaly's not out and has one bar up. Meanwhile, it's going to be back to business as usual in terms of finding a way to get back in. The Reach is taking a little advantageous position, trying to get the teleports behind very early on in the match, but it's kind of resulted in him being in the corner.
Okay. Great catch there with the force knockdown of the overhead and keeping it going here. Should have a solid sequence. This is so good. You are +5 in that scenario.
Remember,
the shoulder.
The precarious drive reversal. Honestly, the greatest sign of familiarity between two players is when the drive reversals are happening, because they know when they're going to press against each other. And meanwhile, dives in, level 2's on deck. Is it time to close it out?
No way. Oh, goes for the extension, and that's all you need. We don't need that cutscene. And Anomaly taking it over Reach.
With the heel flare to boot. Now in winners finals, still representing Eugene. They can't even be mad at each other. They've been grinding this game with each other for so long and just been keeping Eugene alive. Anomaly, formerly known as Miles, still the same killer, no question. Guaranteed top 3 in this Street Fighter 6 tournament. We got Alex in there, baby. Beautiful stuff. Now, my question is this. Do you think that if the situation is dire enough that we could see the Sagat potentially come out? Or you think we're committing to the Alex?
It really depends on the matchup.
Do you think there's a matchup that it's like, this is the one that I gotta...
I'm trying to remember. I definitely remember seeing a lot of Japanese players complain about one character. I'm trying to remember.
Oh, really? Like unanimously?
I saw it like 3 times. So that's enough where I'm like, okay, maybe something's going on here. But I'm trying to remember.
But I want to talk about going on right now. We have MaiTaikneeWiiKnee versus Coupon.
Okay.
What 2 glorious names, by the way. I would like to let the viewers know at home, in the pools area, the TO made sure to make note of Alex, formerly known as Inconceivable, currently known as MaiTaikneeWiiKnee, that he had matches to play. He made it very crystal clear. In fact, he said the name over 3 times, repeatedly, to make sure that you knew that Alex had a match to play. Alex in reference to the person, by the way, not the character, which is going to make this infinitely harder, because when he comes back up on screen,
he's
look
wearing
who's
that
on his damn shirt. I went up to him full confidence, like, oh, hey, Alex, are you going to play Alex? He's like, look, he laughed at me. He laughed at me, man.
You know, the character is interesting. I would say, in terms of the meta, it is yet to be determined. And it'll be very interesting going into this season.
Bro, look what Faust is doing to Anomaly, bro. He's lost control. He has no power in this realm.
Oh, I didn't know it was a puppet character like that, you know? It was like...
Well,
I didn't know Faustian, or not Faustian, Faust. Sorry. It's a very similar sounding.
There's so many fighting games out there.
I didn't know Faust had strings like that, okay?
Oh my God. Coupon versus MaiTaikneeWiiKnee. I can't even bring it back and have it be like a serious. Can we start getting like corny tags back? Like really like. I was.
You got to be the difference you want to see.
You're right.
What are you thinking? You're definitely pondering something. But I feel like you kind of have to save it, right?
Yeah, you know, I was like, honestly, it was like, am I willing to be like that vulnerable on broadcast? You know?
Yeah.
You know, it's like, can I really do that? Am I capable of that? Can the people know that I like that stuff? Getting into it, it's going to be Zangief versus DJ. There's just not enough Season 1 matchups at this tournament. It's plain to see.
I will say, like, in terms of the representation, really diverse for this top 8, and I'm definitely glad to see it. Now, Coupon has been on a bit of a run here. You know, definitely was not projected to even make it over in the winner's side.
Really?
But
he was like kind of like in like 9 through 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was definitely projected to be on the loser side, but was still kind of like that X factor, like in terms of names. I'm like, okay, in terms of people that have made top cut before, is Coupon going to be able to accomplish that? And right now we're seeing it right here, right now, winners semifinals.
You can't even particularly blame having that placement because they both, Dagger G and Coupon, the two players that went up against each other in preparation for this top 8, was a nail-biter, and they were both winning their respective tournaments, the ones that they were entering. So by all means, like, putting them so close in proximity to each other in preparation for winner's side makes sense. But hey, he prevailed. Again, also, both players had violently scary sets for both of them in preparation of getting into this winner's semis.
All right, this is a really good situation here. You know,
put that check. It's not going to be enough to connect.
Yeah.
All right, what's the pressure? There we go. Just clean, crisp into the level 3.
Take a sip of water. You're going to need it. If you're going to take an opportunity to do it now.
Yep.
But I think they're chatting about it, funny enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what DJ's doing nowadays. Yeah. I really like that punish too. That was a lot of damage for just 3 hits or 2 hits into a command normal into. Yeah.
And I just like that MaiTai, you know, ended up, you know, keeping it safe, because one of the things you kind of do in that sway situation is you can double up on the sway, right? But in scenarios like that, you kind of want to mix in jabs, because when you go with the frame 4 options, you're able to avoid kind of, you know, the quicker responses from the characters.
Speaking of Coupon, snuffing out a couple options. Meanwhile, though, does get caught with the sways repeatedly. I'm seeing a lot of sway attempts throughout Alex's tournament run so far with DJ. And I felt like that was kind of like the scary part that Hozayy was capitalizing on previously. But now to see it get rewarded, you know what? We've all been there.
We're going back in the corner.
Parry, when you only have half a meter left, you're like, no, this is what I need to be doing.
Good break, good slide in, drive reversal, get back in the corner here. Really waiting for the option, trying to find that opportunity. Drive impact, going to the corner, should be able to close this out. Going for the level 2 there. I was thinking we were gonna see a level 1, but you know, better safe than sorry.
You can level 1 off EX Lariat, correct? I don't think you can actually. I think you had to spend somewhere, and I guess the sequence that he was going, you kind of had to rip that.
Yeah, I think you're right, at least with how the sequence ended up going.
Meanwhile, just going to be peppering on a couple of... There we go.
And still able to get the counter hit of up kicks after that trade.
There we go, triple slaps.
Throwing that stomp out, shaking the screen a little bit.
Good positioning too on the jump in so that you can mitigate the hitbox. It is a large hitbox, but the second you get past the legs on DJ, free range to be able to open up from there. Meanwhile though, as I speak, MaiTai puts in the corner, but that's going to be a perfect parry into the grab, and it's an exchange of positions.
Ended up missing the lariat here. Oh my goodness. Up kicks both in burnout here, both having full access here. Definitely having full access here with level 3, but being careful because, you know, in this scenario, you're looking for a jump. And you just have to be careful with what you commit to, but MaiTai still in
take
here.
It on that round. I was honestly expecting the command grab to see MaiTai not falter on the fact that that was a potential threat. That's how I know I'm not in this top 8. There we go. Quick punish with the knockdown.
All right,
It's not going to
double
be
dash.
enough. Reminder, you do need counter hit for you to be able to get the extension. Tries to predict a button press, and is now going to eat a lot of damage for it.
All right. And no way. This is still pretty huge. Like, it's rough, you know, going in the burnout, especially now, because the meter difference is going to be pretty significant after this cutscene. We'll see MaiTai be pretty close to being out of burnout. So, I don't know. Coupon being
a scary gamble to go for, all things considered.
Yeah.
But from the looks of things, still has a secure way to get his right meter back. And now he just catches the wake up and just gets the game. 1-1. It's not on screen, but you can see Coupon hyping up the crowd alongside him.
and getting right back into it. A little out of MaiTai's nature here, but felt like that was kind of just like a misplay if I had to guess.
There we go. Gets the follow-up into the machine gun. Good 20% chunk right there. Tries to tick throw. Does get caught. The drive reversal, still not a full punish, though. It was pretty late to get there, though.
But the fake out of the response of it.
Beautiful.
Oh.
That's going to be enough to do it. Was just a little farther away. I fully expected punish coming from that, but it's still going to be enough to get the round up and potentially a game.
Man, Coupon was not able to play that round. You see the meter difference? That's half a bar at the moment. But mind it be, Coupon now making up that difference. Used a lot of meter here. Could be forced into burnout. Gotta be careful.
Speaking of which, just uses the EX Sagat kicks, and now it's just pressure time. There we go. Calls
Over
out
the corner.
Jump. Very traditional stuff. Just did one. Oh, did
No
go
way.
for the grab.
Jackhammer.
Healthy dose of damage. Counter hit, trade to boot, and just tries to drive impact out of there. There's a lot of button anticipation. Oh, but doesn't get the punish off of it though.
Suddenly, Coupon looking a lot better in this scenario. Catching with the OD lariat.
Into another.
And the Siberian Express!
Oh my god!
Never thought I'd see that.
That's. You start realizing every character in this game's got a bag of tricks. Meanwhile, MaiTai just said, you know what? Screw it. I got the meter. Let's make it happen. And just takes a quick 35 or so. 3,500 damage.
Let me get a level 1 mixed in here. You know, mind it be, you're stuck in the corner. This is my game now.
You got your cool little round winner. I'm about to win the whole game. Let's see what he has in store. Meanwhile, does get caught and met with the XP. This is getting scary. Meanwhile, though, quick couple of hits into the level 2. It's going to be the flex of the muscles, and it's going to be, oh, he tried to air reset into a follow-up, but no, it's going to be MaiTai immediately catching with the EX up kicks. And now, both in burnout, again, the race has begun, but the slaps is enough to do it. A dangerous amount of damage for Coupon to go up 2-1. And like you said, Alex, MaiTai just immediately gets back into it. He is here to close out this round. Oh, but the counter hit difference of range. It's not going to be enough to pick up.
And
another Siberian Express
didn't
on
tech
top
out of the Oki? Oh my goodness, and the charge here, stuck in the corner. Pressure is good. You know, just try to make up that distance. Should actually be able to close it out. Wait a minute, no. But still managed to do it. This is huge momentum here for Coupon. Potentially going to be moving on here in winner semifinals if MaiTai isn't able to, you know, get this round in here.
Dude, Coupon, he's got iron grip on that steering wheel. He is making sure it is driving this way or the highway. Meanwhile, though, MaiTai does try to veer off track and get in control once more. Uses the recovery frames just in time to be able to get the punish into the corner. It's far from over, but it's going to be a question of how to close.
Being real careful. Great catch. Mix in the grab. We're seeing the jabs here, so Coupon just has to respect it.
Has to respect it. Sagat kick was also safe. Meanwhile, though, it's Alex going to be trying to make his way back in yet again. It's going to be Armor get past and now into the center of the map. Still having to wait for the turn. There we go. It's going to be a grab. And this one does tech it once more. Meanwhile, though, MaiTai uses the distance to be able to get the drive impact punish and just uses the grab afterwards. And closes it out for that round. Now 1 round apiece. MaiTai has too much in the tank to give up now. Oh! Didn't expect to get the overhead combo with a potential sequence.
Ooh, not a full there on the punish counter. Oh, wow.
It wasn't even a perfect parry. That was fully what that was set up to
Yeah.
do. But not going to be too much to worry about. Counter hit on the wake up again. The HP is tied between the two of them.
No critical art in access just yet. Putting a lot on that really low, losing the meter. That's pretty significant. Having access
That's
to
level 2 setup. Is he
level 2.
going to cash out into the... No, he's just whipping it. Boom!
Wow.
3-1, and he does... He showboating. No fist bump or nothing. And that's going to be it.
Man.
3-1. Zangief is moving into winners finals. It's Alex Zangief. Oh my God. Dude, he's going up. He has hands up.
We're like,
There's an actual heel in the building right now.
oh, and going for the stomps too.
The disrespect is ridiculous.
Kuban is feeling good here.
Bro, he's not on the right character, man. Alex is right there. You can't be doing all this, and you're on Zangief, man. He's too lovable.
Bro's on the OG grappler train.
And no level 3 set. He was so good at utilizing level 2.
Well, I feel it's so intentional not to use level 3.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, you don't need to cash out like that.
I will say, I think there's definitely a method to the madness there because I can see it. Like in terms of if you go for level 3, like against like a neutral jump, right? It's gonna lose. Level 2, however, on a neutral jump, you will win whether they end up, staying in place, pressing a button, or going for that jump option. Like, I feel like it's more versatile, and as we saw, it ended up being a little bit better, and when you're going for level 2, you are always not leaking meter, right?
Yes, this is true.
You know, one of those things that you have to always think about is once you hit level 3, you are no longer gaining meter. You are essentially starting to be meter negative.
Yeah.
So you can make a choice here is like, do you hold on level 3 for these like critical moments, or do you want to just max out your damage input with these level 2s?
Max out damage and also the utility.
Yes.
In the positions. I mean, even if that didn't kill, that was still such a good spot to be in. And if you weren't even confident about that, you could still have confirmed into level 1.
Yeah, that's what I was ready for because I was like, maybe a sliver.
Enough? But no, it just was.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, man.
Wow, what a match.
Coupon. Making sure the TOs know that seating should be a little different. Man, and just the energy too. The energy that he's bringing to this tournament. I feel like we haven't seen that so far in any of the core values up to this point. And now he's just wait, can we the camera. Nah, they hit the
okay. Can you guys do it again?
Do one more time?
Yeah, one more time.
One more time? All right, thank God. Because they are ready for it.
Unfortunately, they're giants, so we're only getting all right.
Little do we know, the camera was for short people, man. They're for me. Next time, we'll do.
Yeah. One of us will be in frame.
Nah, beautiful stuff. Coupon versus Anomaly are having a field day with it. I'm really excited to see what they have to offer. This is winners finals, by the way. I would like to let viewers know that as much of losers as they can is going to be done off stream. So we've had losers quarters and now losers 8s, losers quarters, and potentially losers semis happening on in the background currently. But make no mistake, the people that you've seen in winner side that made it to been sent to losers, you'll probably see them again. Though there have been some killers on the bottom side that are trying to make it happen. In fact, Sayo, can I get a report really quick on what's going on in losers?
Oh, why?
Yeah, so we got Reach versus Knee. Looks like Knee beat Reach 3-0.
Oh.
Reach is out.
And
Reach is out?
Yes, Reach is out. And right now it's MaiTaikneeWiiKnee versus Dak Josh. And just barely started.
Dak Josh beat Hozayy? Okay. Or no,
Black Mama Cats.
Black Mama Cats lost to Dak Josh, who is now currently still in the race. And Need now beating Reach in losers quarters, which means that losers semis, Need is still in the bracket. We were seeing his qualifier match on stream. Now we might even see him even more so, depending on how the rest of the bracket starts to play out. This is exciting stuff, man. This is a good ass tournament. Oh,
are we in it?
Oh, they're just throwing hands.
This is for real. Okay.
No more showboat. Now let's just get into action right now. And it's going to be grab city between these two. Immediately going in with the SPD. Gets a bunch of damage up on Anomaly at the moment. Calls out the anti-airs. And is just now starting to throw the stomp. Dude, he's relentless right now. Meanwhile, good cancel from Anomaly. I was starting to fear for his life. I was worried for him.
Okay. Going to mix up.
Tempting fate right now with these jumps. There we go. Over the shoulder.
All right.
Get the damage going. Breaks the throw though. That's dive kick, and now it's going to be a full combo. That's a lot of damage into the level 1. Dive right in there
no.
and command grab. A little taste of what he's been throwing at everyone else. Coupon, you got to start getting ready. This is Anomaly. This is Alex the heel.
No, up to this point, we've seen Coupon and Anomaly pretty well reserved when it came to a lot of the grappling game, just because, you know, in terms of matchups, you have to be really careful. But both these characters want a little bit of the same thing. You're in that same space, so essentially, you can kind of set up for that reward a little bit better.
Speaking of though, snuffs out Coupon's pressure and calls out the parry.
Dash back with Prowler stance!
It's gonna be a full combo!
Oh, and the shoulder charge, and we take it with level 3.
Anomaly's making the short work of this game. The pressure's on, and Zangief just can't handle it. Game 1 going to Anomaly. Oh my god, dude, Alex is so cool. I get it, man.
They put so much love into this character, like in terms of like the design. Yeah, okay. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, but back to the game here. Grapplers being grapplers, but good check there on the low forward. Drive reversal to kind of reset it towards the center. Using that armor. Man, that sent Anomaly away, but running in and grab, just holding nothing back.
Toe taps. Immediately getting counter hit.
Oh! Armor to armor, but the burnout is here. Going to the corner. Oh no!
Dude, there's so much happening on my screen right now. They're actually just going blow for blow right now. The octagon has never been bloodier. Meanwhile, left that leg out too long, and Coupon is going to capitalize on it and go up around game 2.
A little bit of dash back. Really going for the meaty there. Unfortunately, I don't think the armor on the charged heavy kick will actually beat the armor of shoulder. I'm wondering, like, in terms of the... I don't know how that interaction goes, to be honest. But drive impact...
returns the favor. Make sure that Coupon knows that's also on play for Anomaly. In the corner again, now going to go for the grab.
Oh, checking with the low. We got a sequence here. Should be able to close that out with the level 2. Gets the extension there. Ooh, but the scaling. But jumping over a little trade. Critical art in access. I don't feel like Coupon's going to use it.
Yeah, Coupon just said it's kind of, honestly, there's so much ground to make up there. It'll be so many callouts to make it work. Meanwhile, though, it's going to be round apiece. It's never felt closer so far. It's a single chop, and it's now just going to be as much pressure as possible. Going to burnout. I have not seen Coupon outside of the grayscale for longer than like 10 seconds.
Oh, and the setup here too. That is not a lot of life to work with, and wasn't even able to get level 3, but you do get a sequence here. You're gonna be able to do a little of a setup here, going for the high, but we've seen before the sequences in terms of like burnout pressure is a little bit difficult for Alex. Caught by the reversal. Dude, critical art though.
Anomaly has been greeting so much, didn't even look at potentially trying to cash out all of that meter. Meanwhile, Coupon again looking at potentially being in burnout. Anomaly opting not to try and pressure it though. There's so little less life at play right now. Zangief sneezes on you and you're dead. There we go, and it's gonna be again another burnout into SPD, and now it's tied a game apiece. Coupon has so much gas in the tank, and Anomaly's been treating it the exact same. They're both dropping 90 on the highway right now.
Oh yeah, there is no slowdown to this set at the moment.
There we go, catches the parry, tries to go for something perfect. No, son, you gotta start dealing with Anomaly, who has the driver's seat in tow and calls it out with the drive impact. You're now in burnout again, but it's not to your favor, Coupon. That's gonna be a full combo.
And that's a frame trap too. I just want to add that in there.
Feet to the back, make sure the damage is point perfect. That is going to be Anomaly up around again.
And when Anomaly was going for that charge on the standing heavy punch, you have the option to either cancel it into drive impact or go for a heavy lap. Oh, why is it escaping me at this moment? But back to the game here. It's just, oh my goodness. And trying to cross up, it works out.
Didn't even have to do the mix. There we go. It's going to be the command grab. Immediately canceling the drive rush just to go into that stance. And now you just got to just start throwing them legs. And Anomaly is going to go up 2-1. And now, for the first time, I feel like in the entire set, we're seeing hesitancy, some patience on that menu screen. But remember, that's all the time we have to spend waiting and thinking because Coupon's getting right into it. Immediately just goes for the Siberian Express, the first one to not succeed on stream right now. And now, again, it's Anomaly with advantage state, and it's just keeping Coupon in the corner. Ooh. The dive kick, and that's going to be a full combo. Has meter. Coupon has been going into burnout so much, but the times that it was working was when these roles were reversed. And now we're playing in dangerous waters, though. Anomaly says, hold on, this grayscale thing kind of nice. Let me get in there, too. Ooh. And now it's going to be a command grab on command grab violence between the two. Another dive kick, and just start shipping out. Anomaly, again, we're talking about death grip on the steering wheel last set. Anomaly's making sure and making it very pointedly clear Coupon does not get to choose how this game plays out.
Yeah, one of the things we kind of pointed out previously that Coupon is pretty loose in terms of that, we'll use that drive gauge to accomplish anything. But unfortunately, in this matchup, what I'm kind of noticing, you get to a point where you are at critical levels of meter gauge, and you're on against the character that probably has some of the best setup to get you in burnout with just true block strings.
There we go, though. It's going to be the punish. A drive reversal does succeed. You're seeing the counter hit on deck, but again, it's another combo into the chop, into the level 1. Guess for game. Oh, it's going to be in the burnout. Coupon, you've been far familiar with this position. How are you going to find your way out of it? Because Anomaly wants this tournament.
2+. Can you jump back? Oh, no! Still in recovery. Critical art here. This is going to be a lot of damage.
Not enough, but you have a full bar meter, and he just immediately starts spending all
the jump
of it
over
to just try and close out the game immediately with some trickery. It's not going to be enough. Jump in, doesn't get anti-aired.
That would have won the trade there. Got to be real careful, but able to get the catch into the grab. Anomaly moving on to grand finals.
Only way you can end it with a command grab. I'm being so for real. Anomaly death grips his way into 3-1 victory into the grand finals. Can we even be surprised, though? He's not only familiar with his territory, we practically expected it of him. He is a demon on the sticks, and with that, Coupon will have to fight his way for a grand finals from loser's side. Whew.
Man, what a
God,
set.
I love this game, man.
You know, if you asked me, like at the beginning of this bracket, are we going to have 2 grapplers in a winner's final side?
2 grapplers just throwing haymakers over and over and over again. Honestly, I saw the position that Coupon was in when the Siberian Express didn't connect. Because the bag of tricks was starting to be figured out by Anomaly, who has had a lot of time and, you know, just... I don't know how to articulate necessarily that over the course of the set, we were just seeing less and less and less breathing room for Coupon to try and find a way to win that up until the very, very end of the set. The position to get the level 3 off of the frame 0 command grab, right? Like, I feel like that was the only time at that point. But up until then, during the entirety of that match, game 4 specifically, it was dude, you just, it's so much pressure. I was feeling it. I'm commentating the game and I felt it.
All right.
Meanwhile, though, our 2 players who have made it to losers semis, if I'm not mistaken. MaiTaikneeWiiKnee, said the whole thing out, articulate everything, versus me. This top 4, I could see this coming, for sure, but in these spots, okay, I see it with Need, but Alex surprises me a little bit, being and having to qualify it through this side. Because the winter semis, qualifying into it looked a little rough, but once MaiTaikneeWiiKnee's in his bag, he's in his bag. but we didn't really see that in his way through winner's side, especially against Coupon.
Yeah.
So now the question is going to be, has he picked that up? Is he going to be able to deal and play with momentum? Because Need is someone who is also just like hot-blooded, full force with the Luke. So it's like, can you match that pace? Is that what you're looking into, like to play into, or are you trying to play control? It's a lot of questions, and I really hope Alex answers those within this set.
Yeah, like in terms of, Need being able to make it, had to go through killers to get here, ended up upsetting.
The victories across both of them are nothing to laugh at. They're really, really, really good wins. It's just like, man, to see them in loser semis, I was hoping this was winners finals, personally. But I feel like that's how this whole top 8 has just been like potential, oh, that could have been winners finals.
Yeah.
Oh, that could have been winners finals. That could have been Dagger G getting 9th. I was like, okay, that could have been winners finals. Like,
your fantasy bracket's just ruined at that point.
Yeah, it's ridiculous,
let's be real. But man, Need.
You know what? That's what more tournaments need. I need fantasy draft.
More fantasy draft?
I need Daigo.
Hold up.
I need Daigo like
Twitch.
with all the points.
There is a market here. Like, you got polls. Let's get like a bracket fantasy voting. Put your Twitch points on the line.
That already happened.
It kind of happens, but that happens set to set. Let's make it a little bit more complex. Let's get that high rolling going on.
Speaking of complexity, though, we're about to see some rudimentary SF6 in this matchup. More Season 1 stuff, by the way. I cannot reiterate.
These characters have gotten quite a few changes since Season 1.
This is true. We are dealing with an entirely different game for both respective characters.
Like, in terms of like recent patch, I believe Luke ended up getting a new conversion from the target combo. In terms of DJ, however, like you're the DJ player. What should we be seeing outside of like machine gun?
Probably what was his strongest pressure or strongest combo out of the game really early on, and it's slowly been like parsing him more opportunities and more positions to be able to use more sway options was the big thing, and like the punishes that you're gonna be able to get off of those. But in terms of overall character design change, not much. Though you do have a second sway essentially built into your sway. So it's like, but the question is like, how are you going to be able to start seeing that in a match? That's like the really big question.
No, for sure, it is definitely going to be a bit of matchup experience here. We already see MaiTai pretty solidly controlling the space. Need really risking it, going for that OD reversal there, the DP. But if that happens again and MaiTai takes advantage, like you really just have to have that call out.
I think the big thing I'm also wanting to check here too is matchup familiarity for Need. Because I mean, Luke was everywhere. Luke was a monster, but equally so DJ. And so it's like, how many things do you need to get caught by that are like you trying to beat the player versus trying to beat the character, right? I think that's actually like a big factor in games like these, is how much are you having to factor between the two for you to then be a successful player. And I think once you can answer at least one of those, it makes the following process a lot easier as Need gets into the level 3 combo.
This is going to do a lot of damage for that critical art. It's going to put burnout for MaiTai, but unfortunately, the recovery was just not enough.
Yeah, that's a call out right there. Oh, going to the character select screen.
There's no way we see a swap.
From winner's side,
it's for the pops, right?
Yeah, absolutely. A little peace sign to the camera and a thumbs up. Just let him know. You know what? That was the water break. I just saw it. He's like, I gotta get some water in. I gotta get a drink in real quick.
I'm feeling a little parched.
Dude,
mouth a little too dry.
Dude, there's so much gaming going on. It's hot as heck in here, man. Going back into it. I would like to say, by the way, the stages in Street Fighter 6 are so damn pretty.
Yeah, they definitely did a lot of work, and I'm looking forward to kind of like the new stages they like make them, just like because it becomes so dynamic, right?
Honestly, the biggest reason is because they put Blanca Chan in the background. Let's go. Let's go. Hate playing against Blanca Chan, but I love it. I love the mascot costume. Meanwhile, though, again, getting little hits here and there between the two players. They're just trying to check to see who's going to press first, in all honesty. Oh, there we go. We see a phase 2 of the sway.
Okay.
That drive rush
that was a lot of meter, though.
Sandblast is such a fast projectile. You really have to take it into consideration at all times, and that's going to be able to do it. The jump in, I'm seeing Need get a lot of payoff from jump ins. I just like the awkward timing. Is it just catching Alex lacking when he needs to? It's a really good question, and hopefully he has an answer to it in this match.
Getting a lot of good poke here. Able to catch with the low forward. Okay. Jumping back. Really fishing for something.
I'm liking that spacing though, just making sure to stay out of the burst zone of what Need is trying to look for. Does go to the knee, does shoot over to try and just get the cross over. That's going to be an opening. And again, beautiful, beautiful damage if you're on Need's position. Throw does get tagged. Oh, they're both looking at potential trying to get a parry. That's going to be it though. 1-1 apiece between MaiTaikneeWiiKnee and Need.
Man. You know, sometimes that's what it's going to come down to. Just that whipped grab there ended up costing MaiTai the set. Or not the set, but the round. Wait, hold up. We are...
Have you ever seen a best of 1.5?
1.5? What would that quantify? But
win by rounds.
Yeah.
They're going to time.
Going to time. But looking pretty good on both sides here. I feel like they're... Like, although we did just see Need off of this win here, I don't feel like it was too adapted on, but as I'm like saying this, really solid damage to the corny.
That was so strong.
To the corner.
To the corny? Are you calling it corny?
Corny?
That's messed up, man. Dude, so many of these jump-ins are not getting punished. There we go, finally. Need said it, don't gotta bother changing it so long as they get rewarded for it. Eat one up kicks, not even EX. The damage is not gonna be too ridiculous. Now it's gonna be back to business as usual. And there we go, another jump in. Alex has made it very aware, that the changes have been established. And now in Burnout, gonna eat a full combo, tick throw, and the guess for game. Almost called it out. Uses the level.
Should be able to chip out, right? No, that was level 2, no?
Sorry, the light punch version of level 2, my bad. That's
Okay,
what I meant. I saw the green background, I was like, I know, I just see that. But hey, when all you need is the damage from the knee, go ahead.
Man, the Sandblast is kind of, you know, disabling the projectile game from MaiTai.
Yeah, no, there's so much startup to the air cutters. Ooh, I like that. Knowing that the chargeback is going to guarantee into the punch, just immediately rip the EX way. The perfect parry.
Now, the perfect parry, but the meter deficit is pretty significant here. Being able to get that carry meterless and getting this throw is pretty huge, though, in terms of gaining that back.
Is a couple of punches to the meter. Goes for the up kicks, but the jump, it was just a little too late.
Oh, the setup.
I like it. What? Need to throw it down. Cashes out level 3 just to try and be able to guarantee a round next turn, but it's not going to kill it. It's still going to be a guest position.
But you have no safe wake up here as DJ, right? In turn, you have the meter, but unfortunately, that is a hard spot to be in.
That was a cash out off of EX Fireball too, just like make sure, I know that there's going to be a button press, and let's just make the most of it. And that is going to take Need into the next round, but not having meter, if any, is a precarious sight, especially because DJ's level 3 combos and the routes to it are so much damage. Speaking of which, it's going to be heavy punch, cutter, uppercut into level 3. Very, very, very classic DJ combo. And with that, Needs in kind of the same spot he was looking at earlier in last round. That's going to be a grab. Guess for the game, no, it's going to be a wake up DP. Immediately, they just fist bumps. They just needed it. Hey, nice stuff, man.
I'm seeing a lot of buffering going on here, but being really careful, but stuck in that crouching position here. Kind of afraid to do a forward input from the look of it. Catching with the low forward here. Should be able to convert into level 1, but no, opts away from it.
Just anticipation. 2-1 for Need. Anticipating the grab on breakup is so ridiculous. And yeah,
did that not convert into level 1? Am I mistaken?
I think he was greeting.
But that was the final round.
Sometimes, you know, you just go for that, just for that immediate pressure. Which, I mean, that's the big thing that Need's been rewarding himself.
Yeah.
Throughout this entire tournament, every match we've been seeing on set, he'll go up, he'll be able to get a really, really, really good advantageous position. He won't cash out for the combo, but he immediately just gets even more advantage and tries to get the opponent to guess. Like, that's what the Knee was supposed to be doing. Like, after he got the air knocked up and was just letting Alex land.
Okay. Ooh, really solid damage here. And what Oki is that?
It's filthy Oki, that's what it is.
It's like,
Oh my
I know
goodness.
players complain about it, but man, I don't think I have seen Oki so close.
There we go, and that's a perfect KO. 2-1. Dude, Need is ready to just end this right here, right now. Meanwhile, Drive Rush sets up the Knee, and now it's just throwing a bunch of... He's just throwing as many arms as he wants.
Ooh, kind of messing up with... I thought it was definitely supposed to be a Drive Rush, I think, but... Huh. Okay, good throw escape. Good catch. Oh, what a dash back. Okay. Yeah, we see...
There we go. Now he's starting to throw that immediately after the Knee for the
No.
Oki. Oh! The imperfect parry, though. It's very clear that Alex is cognizant of what Need is wanting to do. It's just, you got the wherewithal to make it happen.
MaiTai is playing with fire, though, and trying to respond to some of these options. If that connects, even if that medium punch was converted off of, it is over.
Here we go with the little target combo, and it's just trying to find a button to be pressed. It's not gonna work, not even trying to parry. This time, second time's the charm. Not gonna happen. It's gonna be the grab break. No throw loops today. Oh, with the grab!
And
That's
the
gonna be able to
level
close out
3.
the combo. Need 3-1 for the tournament. And that's going to be losers finals. He said shit. That's what it's about, man. Oh my God. Losers finals. He's got something to prove, bro.
Seattle taking names here at this tournament.
He ain't even moving. He ain't even waiting. He just said, I got my opponent up next. And of course, the love from his teammates, the love from the people coming down to these tournaments to make it happen. It's all love. That's what it's about. That's the FGC shit going on. Need is in losers finals going up against Coupon.
Now this will be interesting.
2 grapplers and Luke walk into a building. Who's gonna walk out?
He's got that on-hit grab. That means he's a part of the club, right?
Dude, oh my God, it's insane. Like, we were watching an insanely close set in the beginning of the tournament from Need, and it has just clawed through losers, just back to back to back, narrowly winning, not narrowly, but like winning, having close calls, but still making it happen, man. You don't want it like Need does. Need wants this tournament win. I've never met someone with so much energy. What's happening? Don't jinx it. Above all else, don't.
Should I say it? Well, like,
don't do it. We still have
it's in the name.
He needs it.
He needs it.
He needs it. My God, does he need this win? I mean, hey, if you want your
Now
tournament
the
life-
real question: Does he want it? That's what it's really going to come down.
Dude,
man.
have you seen the energy? Have you seen what he's been putting himself through? He wants this more than anything, man.
Looking mad comfortable right now for this run. I would say, yeah, like, okay, so we're going to be seeing Zangief into Luke. This will be interesting off the aspect that in terms of how Coupon plays, in terms of the whiff punish game, and in terms of the pressure, I feel like it's going to be pretty volatile.
Gonna be pretty volatile.
Very volatile.
This is gonna be hostile to each other. We were talking about Reach versus Anomaly earlier.
Yeah.
Like the familiarity, and we're seeing that. It's very clear that Need and Coupon know each other. They recognize each other's playstyles very much so. You're kind of seeing it just with how familiar they are acting between each other. So this is gonna be another match of just who's been holding back more between the two of them. When the tournament's on the line, who's going to show up?
Need able to get a little poke in there off the bat terms of, and just with the normal two, it wasn't even with the Sandblast.
Just gonna drive up and start charging that punch. Calls out.
Yeah.
Calls out his
But
own charge.
the amount of meter Coupon is having to use to accomplish this is definitely difficult.
Yeah, it's and that's gonna be a hefty amount of damage. Coupon's notorious for going into burnout at this point. Like that's what I'm familiar with him in terms of this. Just now, it's just going to be an entire pressure sequence coming in from Need to make sure that Coupon stays in the corner and drive impact.
And in the corner, but the reach on that. Okay. But wait a minute, the conversion? Ooh, interesting. Choosing to opt for no meter. Good pressure. Oh, that's it. That's
yeah,
it.
Coupon caught him lacking. No cross cut on the DP either. I don't know if that's what Needle is exactly looking for, but you're going to be kicking yourself in the foot a little bit for whiffing that. Hey, don't let it deter you as he gets a cross cut successfully. This time, catches another rep, doesn't get the follow-up ahead. He's going to find another opportunity to tack on a lot of damage, which he does. He does set up the knee, tries to get the Oki, and the advantage state, calls out the jump, snipes him out of the air. Meanwhile, though, Coupon gets caught on a perfect parry. It's not going to be a cash out, but it's going to be a lot of damage.
No! Missing the setup. It was ever so slightly being burnout as well here. Coupon, though, still possibly losing the round. The reversal, holding on with a thread.
Oh, and there we go. Just be willing to trade it off. No problem. You have so much health. Just make sure that happens. It's going to be a round apiece tied between Need and Coupon, but they're not slowing down immediately, just starting to put on as much combo damage as possible.
You know, you gotta respect it, especially when you see that screen shake. That's just to show that's a little bit plus. Stuck in the corner, what's the option? Throw escape, drive rush in. Need still looking really good. Able to intercept the jump of the level 3 in effect.
Catch of a lifetime. That's time recovering your meter, and that's going to be evening the playing field by quite a bit. In fact, it's going to have you in an advantageous position. You're still in the corner for a little bit, though, and the drive impact does catch. It's not going to be a wall break, but this is going to be a quick catch out. Catches him with that, whips it into the level 3, and Need has taken it. Game 1.
Like, it didn't work the last time, worked the second time. Okay. Close round 1 here. Really curious to see how Coupon adapts here in the next round. Used a lot of meter, but Need is definitely just winning a lot more of these 1-2 interactions. Sandblast just working as the best option here and just controlling that space.
Again, it's another corner. Opts to go for the crossover. Goes back to center, but hey, that's a lot of damage in tow because of it. And now it's just time to start waiting. There's a lot of predictions coming on Need's side, and he's not getting them too often. He's getting games, yes, but he's committing quite hard to expecting what Coupon's trying to do at that exact moment.
A little dash in, a little bit of a trade. Need does need to be careful, though, in the Sandblast sequence.
Oh, it's not going to connect, and he spends it all it takes the round right out of Coupon's hands.
Okay.
He said, "You're not safe. I know you ain't safe."
Man, really? Yeah, you're talking about safe. Need is getting away with a lot of unsafe interactions on block. We do see the setup there. Oh, we're really close to lethal here. Got to be really careful. These Sandblasts, okay, level 2.
And we've seen this pay off for Coupon before. Gonna send him into the corner, turn around. The bros are now reversed.
Ooh, messing up the drive rush, a little bit of the trade. Able to catch with the OD Lariat and the Siberian Express.
It's not enough to do it this time.
Okay, gotta be
Scary
careful.
accuracy with that move, though. Tries to DI out. Is playing with fire right now. No, not going for the parries like Alex was
Drive
going for
impact.
earlier. No, he's just gonna eat into the
Level
burnout.
2? Oh, it's not going to be enough to chip?
Oh,
no, it is!
At the very, very last second.
Like, just playing it perfectly safe. Like, I mentioned drive impact in that scenario, but it would have been potential of a cancel there from Need into Super, so level 2 was the perfect option.
Worse, yeah, SVD is now on deck. Coupon's gonna start firing all cylinders very soon. Need, you have to learn how to close this match out right now if you want to kick this 2-0. There we go, it's gonna be the anti-air, and now it's gonna be the grind. You get out of cancels into the level 3, it's so smart.
That's what I was talking about. It seems like the good option in the moment, but unfortunately in burnout, not having a lot of health to work with, only access to level 1. The only way you're gonna get value is catching a jump here, but you yourself in the corner, luckily not punished, able to avoid the...
We're seeing it's kind of wizardy a little bit, but no worries for Coupon, or all worries for Coupon. Need now going up 2-0. Oh, that got scary. That was some spaghetti right now. That was an Italian restaurant. Holy.
Okay. Like we're talking about like in terms of experience here, you know, it is trial by fire and need in terms of having the Zangief experience from up in Seattle. Now Coupon.
That was a prep for Siberian Express. You saw the arms go out. He went full wingspan for a moment.
Reactions tend to, you know, start to be a little bit more on instinct here. Good capitalization from Coupon, and it's like, nah, you can't charge that right now.
He said, what are you doing? What are you doing? Bear hug, make that shit happen.
Oh, armor. Okay, check the low.
There we go. Use the light kick to cut it early and then just get the DP immediately after. Puts on the damage. Toying with some burnout
The
right
meter,
now.
that doesn't, level 2 access, you close out this round if you're able to get the call out.
Oh, burnout. Scary sight. We might see a replica of the last chip out player with no worries when it comes to Coupon going up 1-0. And people are kind of with the Zangief a little bit. The crowd's getting invested, but no, it's going to be back to that character select. Remember, anything to take away from this tournament. Oh, there's a crowd cheer for Coupon.
Okay.
Oh my God. Oh, he's in on it, man.
Wait. Because, hey, like,
that's
when
your
you need
opponent,
it,
man.
when you need it, you need it.
Get to it, my man.
All right. You know, starting it off, you know, with what has been working, good utilization of the armor, but getting a little blown up there. Oh, even in the plus scenario, Coupon was kind of able to, you know, get a little bit of value, but now towards the corner there, good throw escape. But man, like, with the light sandblast, like, it's just like a space you don't necessarily want to be in or try to contest.
There we go. Now we're starting to see the parries come from Coupon when it comes to those, like, boosts. He's doing it interchangeably. He's not necessarily prepared for them to happen. Oh, with a whip punish.
I was scared for a second.
I was expecting, not close to
Like,
the combo there. I started stressing a little bit, but hey, you don't need to worry if you're knee, right? You're up around.
Yeah. Ooh, okay.
You can't think about it too hard, not in the heat of the moment.
When I see
a punish counter.
When I see SPDs like that has to be realizing some habits, you know, like because we don't see it very often here. So something is going on. Coupon is learning something, and at the moment, gonna be able to bring this to.
With the finger, boom! It's not
the scaling. Wait a minute.
Oh,
okay.
There we go. Just a fraction, enough to be able to have that EX Lariat. It's going to cover anything that Need was trying to do in the skies, and now it's a round apiece again. We can't have a single blowout of a match, period, in this top 8.
Oh, what a catch there on the charge in the corner.
Momentum's building. Oh, no. Was expected a forward option, but the jump was not for the parry. There we go. Immediately, the drop has really strong. Oki tries to go for the cross-up, and now he's putting himself in the corner. No. This is bad.
Okay.
Yeah, just cash out the level 3 because that's going to put Coupon in burnout.
Has access to level 2. It's going to be in a pretty scary scenario. Do you rip the level 2? Do you jump?
Just rip the DI and walk your way into top 8 grand finals. Need from the clutches of his entire run earlier has now found his way in grand finals. 3-1 over Coupon.
Has Need closed out all these sets with the same move?
It's actually like the tournament winner. I swear if he doesn't end it with that, like on game 10, game 5, oh my God. Dude, congratulations to Needy. It's just been on an absolute tear. This SF6 top 8 has been, oh my God, I'm just realizing, it's Luke versus Alex. It's the new school versus the old school, but it's a new player versus our legacy tournament top tour.
See, both, you know, the new protagonists hated in their initial releases. Coming back.
Heels and spirit, you know. Now here's the narrative though. Here's the story. We got Miles, we got Anomaly, who's trying to walk away with a tournament win, who got so close the last time, losing out to Dagger G versus Need, the person who traveled down here, had something to prove, and is now currently looking at a grand finals performance. sets, and it's going to be like, how do you've been under pressure, a lot of pressure so far. Can you get through 2 sets of Street Fighter 6 insanity? Like it's gonna be punish sequence after punish sequence between each other.
It is going to be a lot of charging. There's going to be a little armor. We're going to see probably a few drive impacts here and there. No.
I was going to say it's nothing new for Need, but no, this character is literally new. It is new for Need. It's new for everyone in the building.
Yeah, so I'm curious, you know, I would say like generally can tell that a lot of these players have, you know, been practicing and so what. But sometimes you have a little bit of gap time, and I would say like in recency, you know, how much has Need been playing in preparation and specifically learning the Alex matchup? But then there also ends up being the aspect that like Anomaly, you know, is still relatively new to essentially this rework of what Alex is. But as we're seeing, hasn't really been a problem up to this point.
I'm just kind of in amazement that this is our outcome. This is our finals. Right here, it feels like I've blinked and a whole tournament has just played out in seconds. It feels like the pace of these games have been ridiculous. Even though they're ending in 3-1s, it's going last round over and over and over and over again. But it's just non-stop hype, and they're just getting right into it. Grand Finals has begun. It's Anomaly versus Need.
All right, the match this whole bracket has been waiting for. We got Grand Finals of Core Values 2026, and we're getting started here. Street Fighter 6.
And it's going to open with a Sandblast. We're going to be seeing a lot of those. As we saw earlier with Anomaly's matchup against Reach, fireballs are going to be a big deal, I feel like, in this terms of this matchup, if Need chooses to slow down the pace. But as we're seeing it right now, it is just Punch City right now. Gets the anti-air, doesn't get the follow-up off the power stance into the anti-air.
Yeah, it was just a little slow, the conversion. I'm pretty sure it is guaranteed in that scenario, but you just have to be really on top of it. It's that cancel in the prowler stance that usually gets you.
Jumps over it. He just... No. He had to hit the stance real quick and let you know. I'm just about that, because then he goes Dhalsim right out of the skies. Anomaly drawing first blood in this Grand Finals.
Now in this scenario, you know, Need is the invader. A lot of people in the venue really have Anomaly's back, wanting this event to be held down for Oregon.
Hey, but don't forget though, there is a crowd of travelers, people that wanted to make this tournament an outside win that are also cheering on for Need as we speak.
All right, these ODDPs are happening a lot. You got to be real careful. We've seen sort of cross-up punishes from Anomaly. That is definitely a little bit of a check here. Going to Prowler stance, getting ready. Little of an empty jump. Gonna have to just take that, but going to level 1.
Immediately, the headbutt to take game 1. For those unaware, Anomaly sitting winner's side only needs to win this current set to be able to walk away the champion. Meanwhile, Need will have to win not only this set, but the set afterwards if he wants to be the champion. Anomaly, when you're up 1-0 right now, you're sitting pretty.
Yeah, Anomaly off the bat might have been a little overzealous into the start, throwing out a normal before things got started, but now you see Need stuck in the corner, and this is block pressure extraordinaire. Alex, like, you have to respect this character in so many ways, and it sets up for scenarios like that.
This is the check of a lifetime. It's not going to be enough to close out. Oh, it does get a light hit. There we go. This is going to be able to be the turnaround. That jump was crazy. That setup is wild.
Not wanting to give up the meter.
Wake up option. It's going to be met by the grab up around Anomaly. Game 2 sitting very pretty, though it got really scary for a small second.
Oh, what a check there on the drive rush in. And already, oh my goodness, once again, these grabs are just on point.
As many as you can. There we go, though. Catches an attempt at a perfect parry. Is now going to be in the corner yet again. But as we saw earlier, the swapping is not hard to do.
You're gone, buddy.
It's over for this game.
The one-winged angel once again.
Anomaly's up 2-0 in a minute and a half at most.
Now this might be one of the swiftest grand finals or need.
Every single match has been back-to-back-to-back bangers, game 5 or game 4 sweats. But Anomaly says, no, it's my time to shine. Now you're gonna have to deal with the vortex that I am. As you just see, it's cross-up, it's command grabs. You gotta start fighting back.
I have not seen more power bombs connect.
Perfect hit. Oh!
Slow
Anomaly
it down.
wants this tournament over with.
Slow it down. All right, good start here for Need. Gonna have really good Oki setup here. Ooh, able to get a little bit of mix in. All right, little dash in. Able to hit the crouching medium twice, but
no follow-ups. This is scary. There you go. Calls of the air, but it's gonna be grabbed. It's not gonna be a bunch of damage. Not gonna grab, but no, this might be a
Level
chance to take a round.
no!
He's going for it.
Putting
again.
it on the line.
Setup. And there we go. Counter hit. He's not out of this just yet.
Saving the meter for this moment, making sure that it is going to be in that time.
Peppering on a couple of hits, not letting him leave this corner. The drive reversal is going to be enough to do it. Catches the power stance.
That's so. Wait a minute. You are 1 level 3, 1 level 2 away from death. If you are Anomaly, getting the anti-air.
Remember, it's Anomaly with the corner. It's a scary
Plus
sight.
5 in this scenario. Gets the grab. Going back in, trying to set up for the mix, and gets the command grab.
That's be damn near close to it.
Critical art here, waiting for the option. Prowler stands with his stuff. You are going to take it. Anomaly.
He said second wasn't good enough. Give me that first with the strongest 3-0 win of the entire tournament. Anomaly walks away your core values 2026 champion.
Determined, but man, what a set. Congratulations to Anomaly, but what a performance from Need, making a run that players that came here today only could have dreamed of. What an amazing bracket.
It don't matter what character he's got, that top 2 is guaranteed. And this time he said, I'm taking the whole thing. Anomaly with the heel. Alex walks away victorious. All of Eugene is behind him, cheering him on. Elated, and it was an amazing tournament across the board. But what more beautiful of a send out than the one who wanted it so bad last time can say now it is mine. This was a fucking damn good top 8. My God.
For sure. Congratulations to Anomaly joining what is now even more prestigious, a core values grand finals winner for Street Fighter 6. Because now this event happening annually, you only get the one opportunity per year.
You got one shot.
You gotta wait till 2027 now.
And hey, for this next preceding year, Anomaly gets to hold that champion title high in the skies. My God, that was a beautiful, beautiful grand finals. If you're from Anomaly's perspective.
And if that's not enough, you won the biggest bracket for Street Fighter 6 in Oregon history. So, like,
it's beautiful stuff all around. If you're watching this, you're seeing all the hype. You gotta be at Core Values 2027 for Street Fighter 6 because it's not slowing down. No amount of time between the next one and today is gonna